So now we have colored light in
They
the
talked
game,
about auto-loading
along with
jukeboxes, which
auto-play
is actually
music. We
in Bedrock
basically
Edition.
together here created a disco in Minecraft,
Bedrock,
and
you
that
can put them in
sounds
automatically and take them
absolutely
out.
amazing. So let me know what
It's
you think
weird.
of those ideas, and I cannot wait to find out what for real is coming soon.
Wait, who are these
Hey
K-pop
everyone,
folks?
it's Crew.
What
We
are
have been
they?
huge
Are
fans
they
of Minecraft since
Minecrafters?
the very beginning and have so much fun creating videos.
I don't know who they are.
From silly build competitions to our
I'm
epic
seeing people I don't
survival
know in
series.
this.
Creativity is literally limitless in Minecraft.
The
That's
only
why we're
person I
so
know is
excited for the
Connor
glow
Pads.
squid. Woo!
Ooh, we could build a glowing underwater city.
Yes. That'd be so cool.
Yes.
I wonder what we'd be able to craft.
Maybe we'll be able to craft glowing armor.
I wonder what sound the glow squid makes. Like this.
Love, love. I'm gonna make it my pet.
Okay.
Bye.
That's what half the thing will be. So.
안녕하세요 마인콘 시청자
I think it's
여러분들.
Minecraft so big, you might never
저는
ever heard about
마인크래프트
any of these
채널을 운영
communities.
중인 램램이라고 합니다.
Sweet. I'm the first viewer on your
저는
stream.
8년 동안 마인크래프트를 즐기고 있는 만큼
Maybe we said
저에게
you get a
있어서
notification yet.
마인크래프트란 제 일상에서 정말 큰 부분을 차지하고 있는데요. 올해도 굉장히 많은
I
컨텐츠를
like how they-
녹화하고 업로드했는데
Is that the
그중에서
auto
야생
translate?
관련 컨텐츠와 팬분들이 직접 만들어주신
Oh, no.
컨텐츠들이
Okay, that's
기억에
their
많이
translation.
남습니다. 마인크래프트에는 여러 바이옴이 존재하는데 그 바이옴 특색에 맞게 새로운 블록
They have a really
아이템들과
big
추가됐으면
Asian audience
좋겠습니다.
too.
특히 바다를
Like
굉장히
with-
좋아하기 때문에
In China, you get
마인크래프트
Minecraft for
바다에
free.
더 멋지고 예쁜 블록과
Yeah, I know.
강력한
Oh.
보스몹이 추가되길 바라고 있습니다.
Cave and cliff
이상으로
update.
여러분들에게 저
There's
램램도
no
아니고
speculation.
마인크래프트에서 보고 싶은 여러 가지들을 말해보았습니다.
I think
항상
looking
저에게
at
좋은
the,
추억을 주는 마인크래프트 정말 감사하고요.
the
여러분들도
details
계속해서
kind of indicates that
마인크래프트
it looks more like a
라이브 쇼
troll
많이
than
시청해주세요. 그럼
real.
안녕.
Hello, my name is Iskal85 and I'm a Minecrafter, and
Hey, there's
today
Iskal.
is a big day. It's an omega big day today because it's one of these days where we get to know the latest and the greatest
Can I
surrounding
play Minecraft right here?
Now, being a big action RPG fan, I've obviously been completely stuck with Dungeons since it came out, and we've already got lots of
be
good
honest,
stuff. Like we got
having
the
watched
winter
quite a
update,
bit
we got
of
the jungle
Carn's
update.
fans, he
I
likes to
wonder
troll the
if they're gonna
Minecraft
make
viewers.
another like themed upgrade, maybe mountains, like dungeons goes Everest.
Dungeons would be really cool.
Maybe an oceanic.
If you guys are in our
updates,
stream,
that'd be kinda weird, swimming
you guys can
around
join our
underground, stuff
Discord.
like that. Anyway,
You should
personally,
join
I'm hoping
those
for
Discord
two
links here.
things. I'm hoping that we'll
Ready
be
for
able
caves
to
and
customize
cliffs?
our little character.
I would actually be ready for
visuals of the
caves and
character.
cliffs.
I'd love to see
Because
it
it really adds
get a skin
in a
that's
lot of
outside the
detail
game, into
by
the game.
probably doing some pretty small
That'd be
things.
absolutely amazing.
It wouldn't really
And
interfere with
I would really like to be able to
like
change up
farms
that
and
little
stuff
base
too much.
area.
Because like
Add
most
things,
stuff they add in the
maybe-
game
maybe
now
put things on
only
the wall.
new
Find a
chunks.
cool sword, put it on the wall.
If they made
memorize
these like
it.
really
That would be
intricate,
absolutely
crazy
amazing.
caves, it wouldn't interfere
You
with
know,
their
that's a
perimeters. they
very
were
good
made.
point. I wonder what's coming next in Dungeons. Well, I guess we'll have to see. Thank
Maybe
you
they'll
from
change
me
the
and
rate of
everyone you've seen so
spawning
far
for
watching
ores
the
if they want
pre-show.
to nerf iron
Minecraft
farms
Live
even
is
more.
just about to
Make it
start.
easier to-
It was such a small part of this community. So let's see some other great
Need to
moments
ask
from this
some-
year in Minecraft. Thanks, everyone. Bye!
I earned this
'Cause that was
crown
always a
last
main
time. I
point
get to wear
that
it until I am
if they were gonna
dethroned,
nerf Iron
which means
Farms,
I
they
can
should do
wear
a
it the
cave
whole time
update.
until then. There's a lot more rainbow because it is in honor of it being Pride Month.
I'm not mining for iron.
Was geht ab, Leute? Heute spielen
Yeah, neither
wir
am I. I'm
Minecraft.
currently trying to design a stackable nether portal iron. But yeah.
もう完全にここにあるよ、本当に。だってもうズームもできるし。
So I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I really want to use the real Minecraft hearts that come out from the pets when you give them a treat. So I just went into Feather Adventures and I made a green screen inside of the dog's house and for feathers as well.
Así es, llegamos con el Nether Update en donde van a agregar nuevos biomas, animales, mobs. Hasta puede haber
When is Raze
alimento
going to
ahí
show
dentro
up
del
in the
Nether. ¿Cuándo
video?
se me
That's
hubiera
true.
ocurrido eso?
What if I
Que va a
already
estar
show
muy
up in the
buena
video, you just
esta
don't recognize
actualización
me?
que al fin llegó.
I mean, how can I not get
Where's
excited
Venom?
about transforming the look and feel of Minecraft from this scene with RTX off to this with RTX on?
Is RTX coming to Java?
我说呢，我一睡觉来一小老妹儿，这是啥意思呀？
Does anybody know?
Oh, they're there!
Oh, that's Stacy.
A new animal. This is kind of blowing my mind.
How's the audio, guys? It's not too loud.
我乃齐天大圣孙悟空是也，身穿黄金锁子甲，头顶凤翅紫金冠，脚踏藕丝布云驴。
And Nvidia says it is, so okay, it's eventually coming
adventures
to
in your home, in your backyard, or wherever you are, instead of needing to go out and discover them.
I don't know all
吃
about
瓜
the
群
video.
呢
Yes,
也
I can.
应吃瓜群众们的要求啊，把上面的这个不对称棋盘换成了的瓜，同时可以有6个人在这吃瓜呢，想想都有点小兴奋。
I'm a bee. Did y'all see that? That was insanity. Yo, we still
Yeah, we're in the Discord. If you guys want to join.
whole mess of powers. Y'all see him? It's bees. You can just keep spawning in all these bees.
You guys hear me well? Hope all is well. All is very well for me. I still have some cool videos I would like to show you guys, stuff that we did during our streams.
The mobs. I found them.
It's always cool to watch people that are like kind of new to Minecraft. Like every little thing they experience, they get so excited about it.
No.
Well, I can show you how to play my game. Are you watching?
Whoa, the bees are really angry.
Are you watching?
What did you do?
Dude, the bees are so mad. I'm just gonna leave you to it. Perhaps one of these other huts has something helpful in it instead. Oh my gosh. No,
And there's like some people that like play modern Minecraft and then they think it's like that's how all Minecraft is. I think that's like real Minecraft. Welcome to Prototech Present.
Olha só tanto zumbi! Oi, zumbi! Tchau, 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 tchau.
下一个任务是什么？分享一次家园，获得50金币。3、2、1。
What does the countdown say?
分享给好友，就给你了，二哈的二哈哈。
Oh, it's right here, 3 minutes.
Meu Deus, olha o porcão!
Nice.
É o Pumba!
Lost and found.
Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren, und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren extremen, ultramäßig harten Challenge. Wir werden heute komplett Minecraft auf den Kopf stellen.
TNT, I'm taking this, okay?
Dan, steady.
What do I do with it? What do I do with it? It's
As
on my head and I don't know what to do
Dan.
with it. Okay, give me an opportunity. Set me up.
Oh, there's a lot of.
But yeah, it looks like they are going to probably talk about the other Minecraft versions as well. Like they're trying to expand it beyond just Minecraft that we know of.
そしてね、毒針を刺した後まさかの死んでしまうこともあるんですね。ちょっと。
You don't need base if it's technical.
Du är glad och du är glad. Nu, titta!
Oh, that's true, yeah. You don't need to make a base.
Figata ragazzi, è tutto nuovo. Oh mio Dio.
Yeah, like most of my worlds, I don't have a base. But it is like nice to set up a place where you work when you start a new project.
Mainly, I just have a bunch of hubs, and that's about it.
Oh, that's a good word for it, hub.
Y cómo vas creciendo tú como personaje depende de dos cosas, el nivel.
There they are. Look at them. Oh, they are so cute. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen.
2 minutes
is
left.
our first
Okay, 2 minutes on
bee
countdown, guys.
Look at that. I love seeing like the haze, the light beams.
Oh yeah, Pro Sky makes sense to make base because you can kind of like collect all the goodies as a group, but then you can use those to do something cool on your own.
Oh, I'm doing it now.
Oh no.
The reason featuring Minecraft in the turns.
I have to mute some person.
Hello, can anyone
okay,
hear me?
That's your mic. What do we got in countdown? I'll keep our health bar full. I'll cast daily temperature, production, venues. Oh wow, that was really fast. How's the audio, guys? I actually kind of forgot about this.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I mean, the audio in, or the stream audio. Kind of forgot the little clip they showed about the zombie. That's some realistic terrain there. Here's your mountains. I think this is, they said in the beginning they're going to indicate some stuff they're going to add. So it looks like this guy's getting added. We also got the pigs. There's your glowing squid.
Hello and welcome to Minecraft Live 2020. I'm Lydia Winters, your host and chief storyteller for Mojang Studios. We're coming to you live from Stockholm, Sweden, the birthplace of Minecraft. Some of our amazing team members couldn't be here today, so we recorded the Minecraft
Ray, big fan. I've been trying to get a hold of you for a video idea. SMP Legacy on YouTube has an auto nether star collector similar to your video back in the day, and I was
Yeah, I read your
wondering
message.
if you could do an updated step-by-step video soon.
On all of us. With that in mind, we
Yeah,
want
I
to
do have
give
a beacon video coming up.
opportunity today to take a breath, have fun, enjoy the games.
Well, they made a
you
reference
love,
to
and
COVID in the
celebrate
beginning there.
all of you, our incredible Minecraft community. It won't all be easy. You'll have to decide which mob to vote into the game, which, based on votes in previous years, will be super tough. You'll not only get to hear about what's coming to your favorite Minecraft games, you'll also hear directly from the development teams. We want you to leave today knowing about the exciting additions coming to Minecraft and also why our team has made those decisions. An insider's look at what's brewing at Mojang Studios. Today, we're kicking things off with the announcement of the... We're gonna tell you right now.
Oh, nice. So they're going to tell us the update.
Hi, Agnes and Brandon.
Hello.
Let's do this.
So, okay.
Of course.
Next update is the update that we know that so many of you, and well, so many of us as well, has been wanting for such a long time. It's the Caves and Cliffs update.
Wow. Wow, who predicted that? That's two
No one at
guys.
all. Maybe not the
It
cliffs,
must
I
feel
guess, but-
amazing to be able to tell everyone that.
Seriously,
The
like, I'm
announcement
so
got
excited
me.
about this. I mean, even before I joined Mojang, I was always thinking about, like, when is the cave update gonna come? And this is it, but it's also got the cliffs as well. It's got the mountains. Like, this is such a big
I think this is a
update,
good
and
update.
I'm so excited.
Even if we kind of predicted it.
Great, like, no, it's so good. So we have been working
I'm
on this
voting for
update
Squid.
for quite
Probably
long,
the
and we're
most
like,
technical
We don't want to hear it,
wait
Man
to
Rock.
tell everyone, and now
What
we
do you
just
want?
announced it. And it feels
It's so we're actually
amazing.
getting our first.
We'll discuss that when we
live
get to it.
look
I'm
at
streaming
our
right now, by the way.
reactions.
Oh, okay.
I guess we could move into streaming.
Okay, that's very cute.
Those mobs are very, very excited. This year, we asked some of our communities to submit questions that we'll answer across the show. This first question definitely feels like something everyone wants to know.
Mi pregunta es, ¿por qué se han tardado tanto en actualizar las cuevas y
Caves take
cuánto
long to
llegarán?
update.
En
When will
verdad
they
hemos estado
update?
pidiendo esto por muchísimo
Asking how long
tiempo.
will it take time.
Why has it taken so long? Like Brandon, I've been waiting a long time too.
Yeah, that's a very good question. So since this update really is the update, like we have been dreaming about it for so long, so it felt so important for us to do it right. Like we don't want to rush it. But now we feel it's the right time. Like we have spent the time we need to really like understand the vision we have for the update, and also to make sure that we understand what the community actually wants. And we've
Yeah,
also
she looks
like,
kinda
planned
stressed out.
around it to make sure that we really
You've seen some of her
work
Twitter, she
together
looks pretty
with the
stressed.
community to make this and like as epic update as possible. And we have also hired some new amazing developers to the team.
Ooh, new devs.
You're one of the amazing developers, Brandon.
Yeah, saw I him for a joined while in this year in January, and I actually came from the community. I used to do modding for 10 years.
Oh, that's
One
King
of the
B
first mods I
Dogs.
work on was
That's what he
Aether,
looks
which
like
is like a
when he's not on
dimension
Twitter.
that had sky islands and stuff. And yeah, I'm just so happy to be here and work on an update this epic.
I'm so happy to have you.
I messaged him
We
a
have
couple times
another
on
creator
Discord.
question.
I'm the Pink Diamond Diva, and this is my question. Are you making the caves more advanced for older players so they can mine deep, or are you making them more accessible and easy to navigate for newer players?
That's a good
Such
question.
a great question.
Yeah, I mean, with this update, we're making sure that we can have as much variation as possible within the actual caves themselves, but we want to make sure that the old caves are still retained as much as possible to keep that classic feel.
Yeah, variety
Yeah,
would be
and we
nice.
really also looked into to make sure that we have something for everyone, because you know we have such a huge community, and it's also a very diverse community, and that's such a beautiful thing. So we really want this update to have something for everyone. So actually, we made sure to map all the features in the update to different player styles to really see
wow.
that we fulfill that goal.
That is crazy
So
looking.
cool. And you had such a big thought process on how you
Oh,
decide
I was
what
looking
even
away
goes
for a second.
into
Was it a picture
Yeah,
of
an
the
update
caves?
this
There's,
big.
there's a distant
spent quite
picture.
a lot of time on just making sure that we have a very good like fundament for the update. For example, we did the player style mapping, and we've also worked with design pillars. So the design pillars, they kind of describe the vision of the update. So for example, they help us when we like prioritize
Raise
between
height
different
limit to
features, and also when we
512.
design each specific feature. And
Or
we have
change
3
world
pillars
jumps
for
and
this
go to
update. And the first
256.
one is actually all about like the spectacular mountains, the snowy snow, and the mischievous goats. Because at
All the mountain
last
things.
year's live, the players voted for these
Me
features,
and,
and we
like,
felt
5 other
like it's so
people are on
important to
my
deliver
server
on that
by
promise.
campfire
So we
watching
actually
this.
wanted to have it as a pillar.
Yeah, and another pillar that we actually integrated into this was adding strategy to mining. So of course Minecraft already has plenty
wow,
of strategy,
strategy
in
to
mining, but we
mining.
wanted to see if we could push that just a little bit further and add even more mechanics that make it interesting for players to mine in the caves.
Yeah, and the third pillar is to create an underground of marvel for the players. And that pillar is a lot about like adding variation to the underground and like contrasts and like inspire players to like craft their own underground adventures and build underground.
leaves and
And
flowers.
one thing we have done to like fulfill this pillar
This
is
is
that
very
we have
small
added
right now.
new cave
New
biomes.
dirt.
And one of them is the lush caves.
Dirtier dirt.
Lush caves. Here's the insight. Lush caves. So we see some stuff on the tree there. Look like some
Sweet
fruits.
full grass. Ooh, vines.
Vines with some fruits on them. Got some new floral little trees. Some flowers. Like some lily pads. It really does kind of bring the outside down into the caves. Looks like a couple different variations of vines. Your normal ones and these ones with fruit on them.
It's so beautiful. It doesn't feel cave-like.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to make sure that, of course, in Minecraft, all the original caves, you know, they're pretty much the same. There's not much variation in terms of vegetation or different features inside of it. So for this, we wanted something which is a bit more like light and lush and actually has
That is
vegetation.
cool to bring
And I mean,
like
I think it looks
more
amazing.
lightness.
Gorgeous. What was the
down there.
inspiration behind it?
So we were thinking about, okay, so how should it feel when you are in a lush cave? And we wanted to be like, so you feel like very tiny inside like a big garden or big forest. So like when you look up, it's actually like vegetation above you, it's vegetation around you. And one source of inspiration we had is actually a Swedish painter called Jon Bauer. Because in his paintings, it's always, or often at least, like a tiny character, and then it's like huge forest, and you see like the bottom of the trees because the vegetation is like so big.
That looks very
compared to
like
the
fantasy
character.
like.
And you're adding so many new plants in the lush caves.
Yes, so I don't know if you saw, but there was this new tree that was actually above on the overworld, and this is called an azalea tree. So it's a unique type of tree that it'll be easy to spot for players, and if you actually find this and start going down its roots, you will find a lush cave.
The tree
there. So this
indicates
is
where
another
the
part
cave
of
is
adding
at.
strategy to mining, where you know there are certain landmarks which will allow you to understand what you're doing in the game.
I hope they add new wood.
And another one of the new blocks is a block called Spore Blossom. And it's that you maybe saw it in the video. It's a big pink flower that you find
Spores.
in
I
the
love the
roof of
ideas
the
of
lush
spores
cave.
down the cave.
And it will drip particles from that flower, but it will also actually feel like a big volume around it with particles. So it's similar to the particles that we added to the nether biome.
Oh my goodness, I predicted the particle thing.
Here is that you can move the flower if you want to and get these particles anywhere you want in your world. So you can actually be very creative with that.
That's so awesome. And The lush caves have a real glow to them from one of the plants.
Yes. So in
New
there are
glowing effects.
vines in the in the lush caves, and they have glow berries on them, and these are actually a light source. And you can also pick them and eat them if you want to.
Nice.
Wow, so you can eat those.
And another plant we actually have is the drip leaf plant. And you can actually see that they can kind of grow from like water or anywhere else. And they grow quite tall, but they have like a little plant on the top that you can actually hop onto. So the idea of the mechanic
like
behind it
steps,
is
kind of.
that the leaf will actually tilt down when you stand on it too long. So this will actually make you fall through.
Wow.
However, after a few seconds, it'll come back up. So it's kind of this like platforming block that allows you to just, you know,
Ripping leaf
continue
plant.
platforming over and over again, which I hope is really exciting for, you know, content creators making maps.
Yeah, yeah, you can build like your own platforming levels, and then they will repair themselves. That's kind of neat.
Oh, okay. They kind of give you a
so
warning.
beautiful
with
in
the
there. And
dropping you.
there's actually a mob coming to the lush caves.
Yes, there is, but we will actually not tell you about this mob now, because in the end of the show we will show even more features coming to the Caves and Cliffs update.
More features
and
at the end of the
then we're
show.
gonna show that mob.
This is the first time we have so much that we're actually splitting the update section into two at the beginning and towards the end of the show. It's amazing.
So I'm guessing they show more of a
You've
darker
also
side of the
worked on
caves.
improving the
than-
cave generation.
Yes.
Wow. Cave
Yeah,
generation.
so as you can see here, I mean, this is drastically different to what caves used to look like. And there's definitely still the old style of caves, but we wanted to make sure that there was much more variety in the sort of caves and the shapes and the sizes you could get. And even here, you can see that there's some water underground.
That's pretty crazy.
So we actually added something we call
those caves are
local
really
water
nice.
levels. So in one cave you might find like a cave lake, and another cave might not have that one. And this also means that we get naturally generated waterfalls, which is so pretty. And it also kind of gives like new ways to traverse the underground. You can actually go cave rafting.
Cave
yeah,
rafting.
so you'll
What
see
the
in a
heck?
bit that our player here will actually use a boat to raft.
Oh, wow, it's like a
and that
whole
is just such an
underground
exciting
water system.
opportunity to be able to traverse the caves in a very different way than you used to.
Yeah, we were playtesting, and then one of the devs like, look at this, it's so fun, and all of us just started to go with the boat on the waterfall. It was a lot of fun.
So another thing to note here is that you could see that a lot of the ores were actually glowing. This is just for preview purposes. Ores aren't going to glow now. It's just that the caves tend to be quite dark, and we want to make sure that players can see the shapes of the cave.
That's pretty cool.
Now, will
More
that
lighting.
only be for
You also
the,
see some
like,
ores in
normal
there.
caves, or will this run across all of the new cave biomes?
Yeah, so the really cool thing is that like the new cave shapes and sizes is completely independent from the new biomes. So that means that we have so much variation. Because for
Oh, okay.
example, a
Makes
lush
sense.
cave can, for example, generate in a super narrow tunnel, but it can also generate in like a huge cavern, and that creates completely different atmospheres, but it's still the same biome. So we're really gonna have lots of variation underground now.
There's like cave
You've been calling
variations,
two of
cave biomes.
the different cave types spaghetti and Swiss cheese, like that's how varied the caves could be.
Yes, I mean, there are so many different variables of how the variation works, and I mean, it has even more variation than the overworld itself. It's just crazy.
It's a lot. Yeah, some of the caves, for example, have really cool pillars, and some are more like flat, some are tall. Lots of
Like the
variation.
stalagmites and
And
stuff
you
in
have
those.
another new cave biome to show us.
Yes, so we have the Dripstone Caves biome. And whenever I think
Wow.
about the idea of a cave update, the image of stalagmites and stalactites comes into my head. But adding these are pretty difficult. You know, it's a very unique shape that Minecraft isn't really accustomed to. But I think the way that the artist put it into Minecraft works quite well. And of course, there's some mechanics surrounding this. So you can see that someone destroyed the block up the top, and so the dripstone fell down. And
Oh,
also,
spikes.
unfortunately for this zombie here, if you fall on these dripstones, you will get hurt.
Poor zombie.
There's another interesting mechanic in the dripstone caves.
Yes, so maybe you saw in the video that like from the stalactites, you could see that it was like dripping water. So actually, if you put a cauldron under a stalactite, it will fill up with water. So it's renewable.
Really? So now they need like a dispenser to pull the water off.
How do
right?
you remember which is stalactites and stalagmites?
Might
Well,
M.
that's a very good question. It has been very tricky to remember that, but I think I learned. So we actually, yeah, it's hold on tight to stalactite. I was going to say the wrong one. So stalactite is in the roof, and stalagmite is
I always
on the
remember
floor.
might like mountain.
Yeah.
We've been practicing that, all of us.
For a long time, like even.
And you have something really amazing in this update for the sort of redstone engineers out there.
Ooh, redstone guys.
Yes, so we've actually been thinking about this redstone block that lives in the deep dark, a new biome at the deepest depths of the world. We're not going to talk about this biome too much today, but we are going to show some of the blocks and maybe later a mob that comes from it. So if we look at the video, we can actually see that it's basically this growth, and this is called the skulk blocks.
Oh.
And one of the blocks is called the skulk sensor. This is the new redstone block. As you can see,
Kinda like
when
wireless.
you place or destroy a block, or if you have footsteps, it'll actually detect the vibrations around and then emit a redstone signal. So this is going to be very interesting for redstone players. We even have a mechanic around it where you can actually use wool with wool occlusion to essentially prevent signals from being able to get into the skulk sensor. So let's take a look at that now.
Like a dampener.
And as you can see here, I walked next to the skulk sensor, and it's actually kind of doing an infinite loop where the piston is causing a vibration, and then it's activating the skulk sensor and going over and over again. But here, I've actually put a wool block in between the piston, which prevents the signal from going to the skulk sensor.
So it's like wireless redstone.
This can allow you to even do sort of directional skulk sensors where you can put wool blocks on each side and only allow it to detect vibrations in front of it. And vibrations can be so many different things. You know, it can be a snowball hit, it could be an arrow, it could be footsteps, it could be blocks, anything.
Also might be because they're leggy.
Yeah.
And another thing, we had a bit of a happy accident with this because we realized that we get wireless redstone thanks to the skulk sensor.
Yes.
So, and we didn't even plan to add it, but then when we started playtesting, we're like, wait, we got wireless redstone, and that's so exciting. And well, you can just build so many cool things with that. It's gonna be exciting to see what the community will build.
Yeah, you're really looking for
Yay.
community feedback to make sure this feels great for everyone.
Absolutely. I think because this is such a unique mechanic, we really want to make sure that we get it right. And, you know, we love the redstone community and we want to make sure that we do it right. So any feedback you have, any ideas, send it to us.
Like you intersecting blocks and stuff hitting blocks.
And now, we said there's another mob coming later, but I think it's time for a new mob coming to the Caves and Cliffs update.
It is. And this is a very scary mob. And it lives in the deepest of the underground, in the deep dark. And this is a very dark place. And the cool thing is that this mob is very well adapted to the environment. So it can't see anything. So it's the first blind mob in Minecraft.
Wow.
And that's very interesting because it gives such interesting mechanics. So instead, it will react to vibrations, just like the skulk sensor block. So, if you aren't very careful when you walk around in the deep dark, you might upset that mob.
Yeah, with this mob, we really wanted to make sure that we kind of recaptured that feeling of the first night of Minecraft. And we can often forget that Minecraft can be a pretty scary game. So we wanted to make sure that we could kind of go back to that. I mean, caves can be scary, they're dark. And all I'm going to say is that when you go into the deep dark, I want to make sure that you're very quiet and watch closely for the warden.
The warden. That's like anti-strip mining. I'm gonna show the warden mob.
Yep. Looks nice.
Oh my goodness, he saps in the light.
More spider web.
And the person's sneaking too. Everybody's going candles? Ooh, candles look really cool. I wonder if that's just a visual, just applied to the visual player. Doesn't actually change the light levels. It doesn't look like an effect. Like the player's not getting any effect. Oh, okay, so it's like blind, so it gets distracted by objects that hit stuff. Oh, that is so crazy. The player's sneaking to stay undetected. I'd say that's a pretty big mob. Like 2x2 or something. Yeah, it's kind of like... Oh, maybe it's actually smaller, it just looks bigger. It fit through his blocks very easily. It does a lot of damage to the player. Warden. Wow.
What did we just see?
It's a very different mob. I'm really excited for this because not only is it trying to be scary, it's, you know, we had to keep a balance to it. It was very challenging to design a mob like this. Another thing that's really important to note is in that video, I was wearing full netherite armor, so it's very powerful. You definitely want to watch out. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Which I think also is such an interesting gameplay, because like if you want to, you can avoid it, but then you need to really be careful, like sneak all the time to not make like any kind of movement that it will detect. But that's a lot of fun, and it's like feels scary, but in the good way.
It's pretty tall, so
you wanted to kind of take everyone back to that first night experience.
Yeah, look about 3 blocks tall or so.
Absolutely. I mean, I had such an amazing experience when I first played Minecraft. Like, it was terrifying listening to zombies underneath my house and in the caves, and hopefully we can bring that back.
It makes sense, like the lower you go, the more dangerous it gets.
Yeah. But that will be just amazing, because you hear so many lovely first night stories. It's such a big thing, and I mean, I'm also very fond of my first night in Minecraft, so we hope to give that experience again.
But you really balance sort of the look of it. It's like it's almost cute, but also really, really terrifying. How did you decide?
We actually worked a lot on
all this stuff looks really cool so far.
Oh, look at that, guys.
Because we wanted to be very scary, and we didn't want to take away from the scariness, but we felt, let's add some derpiness to it. So it's like a mix. So for example, we added the mouth. I love the mouth. And some actually reacted like, oh, it's so cute, which I think it's more scary, but I think we find like the perfect balance.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really has character.
Yes, definitely. Well, you've been sitting up here. You just announced an update that everyone has been waiting for, and we actually have some tweets that have come in.
Hey, tweets.
Oh,
guys, follow me on Twitter.
Okay, that's amazing to see. So much excitement. Oh, even more tweets. So, it's lovely. It's like we really developed this game together with the community, and now to see that people are so happy, that feels so good.
Yeah, honestly, it's such a privilege to work on a game like this and an update like this, and we just love this game.
I think it's nice that they're using more of the caves.
That we can for everyone.
There's so much not being used.
Thank you so much, Agnes and Brandon. That was a lot of amazing new things. Don't forget that we have another segment full of even more cave updates later on in the show. Now let's head over to our Minecraft Live correspondent, Vubui. I hear he has a first look at something you all voted into the game last year.
Hello, Minecrafters of the world. I'm Vubui, and I'm here once again to help all of you at home to choose a mob that will go into Minecraft. But first, we have a message from our good friend Max Brooks, author of our first Minecraft novel, with some exciting news.
Hey, Minecraft community. It's Max Brooks, author of Minecraft: The Island. Thank you so much for embracing my book, and I hope you'll enjoy the sequel, Minecraft: The Mountain.
I think I actually read his book, which is funny.
The island and paddles to a strange snow-covered world and discovers another castaway. And together, the two of them have to find their way home. Minecraft: The Mountain, coming out in 2021.
Yeah, I actually recommend reading his first book. It was really interesting.
And as always, thank you for embracing all Minecraft books.
That sounds awesome! Another Minecraft novel, and this one's called The Mountain. Speaking of mountains, remember last year's vote? It was a fierce competition, but the mountains won after 2 intense
Yay,
rounds
I was
of
for
voting.
mountains.
Well,
This
I
made
have
more
a
sense.
sneak peek into what your vote is bringing to Minecraft on the cliff side of the Caves and Cliffs update. Goats. They're both mischievous and adorable at the same time. As you can see, they live on the mountains. And if you aren't careful, they might knock you off.
What the?
They also have excellent jumping skills. We'll also get better mountain
It's like
generation
6-block
with
jump right there.
spectacular and more dramatic mountains with height-dependent generation. That means
I like
things
that
like
idea.
tree lines and mountaintops that will be more challenging with lots of snow and ice. And speaking of snow, yes, it will be snowier. We will also have a new block called Powder Snow, which will be a kind of trap block. It looks similar to snow, but if you or a mob walk on it, you will fall right through. Now let's talk about this year's vote.
Snow
We
or
have
snow?
3 awesome mobs for you to choose from. And to introduce them, we once again have Tiny Agnes and Tiny Jens. Let's see what they have to show.
I wonder if they can show the same thing again. I would like to learn new stuff.
Bees and moblooms are friends, just like we are. Right, Agnes?
These friendly cows live in the flower forest
Which one are we all voting for?
yellow as
Which one is it?
sunshine and covered
I'm gonna
in
Fox in.
beautiful flowers. What's not to like about these beautiful bovines?
We are friends, right?
I'm doing the ice
Agnes?
villager.
Hey, Respawn.
Why do we have to record these videos on an actual mountain? They are animated.
The Isolager is a new illager that lives on mountain tops. It's a hostile mob that attacks you with clouds of flying ice.
You did pack the supplies we need to survive
I
the
don't know, the
night up
Isologers
here.
it seems to offer
Right,
most
Jens?
unique.
Do you ever wish Minecraft's oceans were glowier?
Not me. I always wish for world peace.
Sure you do. Well, wish no more. Meet the glow squid. Wow.
I feel like there's quite a few people that like
What
glow
was I meant
squid,
to
but
say again?
not quite sure
Vote
why. It's like a retextured squid.
Minecraft.
Can't talk. Must admire glow.
Agnes, Jens,
It also kinda looks
it's
like
really distracting. They're so tiny and they're so susceptible to distraction. Hopefully that won't happen to you.
Hmm.
Now let's go over how.
Uh-oh.
Hello? Oh, hi, Tiny Agnes. Yeah, no, I'm live right now. Okay. Well, you really shouldn't read too many internet comments. Okay, I'll tell him. Okay, bye. Tiny Agnes would like everyone to know that she and Tiny Jens are, in fact,
Yeah, just check out
good
Twitter.
friends. Okay, where was I? And why do people keep leaving phones around the studio? Now, let's go over how you can be a part of what is likely to be an epic showdown. Don't let
Hey,
this
cave
decision
updates
be made
trending.
without your voice.
Twitter.
Be ready to cast your votes. First, make sure you have a Twitter account. If you don't, go to twitter.com, sign up for an account, and make sure you're logged in. I'll let you know when the voting starts. Then you'll need to go to the Minecraft Twitter account to find the latest poll. Think carefully, debate with your friends and family, make
Debate,
a
guys.
decision, then click on the mob you want to
A
make
lot of people
it
saying
into
Isolager.
Minecraft.
Last time we
There
voted
will
during
be
the
2
stream,
voting sessions,
it
and
was
I'll let you know
Isolager as
when
well.
each one begins. For now, just be ready.
What was
and
second
keep
place? I think
dreaming
Moobloom
of
was actually second
victory for
place.
your
Squid was
favorite
last,
mob.
just among our community. Hey, this guy could easily make it to the caves. This redstone guy looks kind of scary.
My name is Yesenia Cisneros, and I am the gameplay producer from Minecraft Earth. I am so excited to be a part of Minecraft Live this year and to share this wonderful experience with you, our amazing community. It's been so fun seeing what you've been doing with the game. I've seen lots of creation shared each week, and I wish I were that creative. I mean, wow.
Squid's 100% gonna win.
While everyone has been discovering new hobbies, I have been logging in each day to collect a new adventure crystal, which lets me play life-size adventures in augmented reality in various parts of my home. My
I think
dogs are very
Isolager
confused, to
probably
say
will
the
do
least.
pretty good. But you
It
gotta
seems
remember,
like I'm not the only
the
one who's
techno
been going
community
on
is
lots
pretty
of
small.
adventures. We've had more than 5 million adventures played throughout early access. Holy Moobloom, that is amazing. I've also been completing season and daily challenges to collect mobs, even more adventure crystals, and exclusive character creator items that can also be used
So
in
they're talking about
Bedrock.
Minecraft Earth right now, I think? Augmented
Sometimes,
reality.
when the weather is just right in my house, lightning strikes and a new mob is made. Later this month, we have 2 new mobs joining Minecraft Earth, and I hear they're going to make quite a splash. Speaking of mobs, our beloved Moobloom from Minecraft Earth has a chance to be brought into vanilla.
He
How
says
cool is
something has
that?
quite a splash, so probably water
Now,
related.
I'm not going to tell you who you should vote for.
What's
but
a
what I
water
am
related mob
saying
from
is,
Minecraft Earth?
one of these mobs is definitely way more adorable than the rest. So choose
She's
wisely.
obviously for Moobloom.
In our last couple releases, you may have noticed that we added Slime Ball and Slime Blocks. With that, I'm super excited to let you know that we are adding pistons and sticky pistons to Minecraft Earth.
Minecraft Earth
Be
gets
on the lookout
pistons.
next week for a content update, and I can't wait to see the awesome creations you make with blocks, items, and now redstone contraptions. Our friends Mumbo Jumbo and Grian recently took a Minecraft Earth road trip and made their own awesome creations.
Hey,
Let's get
Mumbo
a sneak
Jumbo,
peek at what they
Grian.
discovered.
Hello everyone, my name's Mumbo, this is my friend Grian, and this is my 1974 VW bus.
There's no air conditioning, there's no heating, there's no radio, there's no anti-locking brakes, no power steering.
I've owned it for about 4 years, and to be frankly honest, it's pants. Times were definitely different in the 1970s, so it's ridiculously slow, and it's definitely lacking some of the modern comforts you would usually expect to find in a car these days.
Hard helmet.
We are embarking on a grand tour of England, going from the south coast up to Wales, and it's going to take us 3 whole days.
I'll be honest, Grian, mate, would you class that as a grand tour?
Well, yes, we have no radio, so it's going to feel a lot longer.
But you see, this isn't a regular road trip in a rubbish old van, this is a Minecraft Earth road trip in a rubbish old van. With Minecraft Earth being a game you can play on the move, we thought we would travel to a bunch of different locations in the UK. Some of them are iconic, some of them just feel very Minecrafty, and some of them are barely linked to Minecraft at all, but we just really wanted to go to them, so we did.
Oh, he took it out on the guy next to him.
We also had a go at integrating Minecraft Earth with real life. Minecraft Earth Frisbee is a bit of a challenge.
Sorry.
Minecraft Earth Badminton can be quite dangerous to onlookers.
Sorry, Josh.
And real-life sand blocks are alarmingly difficult to construct.
If I just film this angle, there we go.
You need
there's
more
our
water.
sand block.
All in all, though, the road trip was a huge success and we had a lot of fun. You can expect to see the full-length episodes appearing on our channels very, very soon.
They're not wearing masks.
Wow, it looks like Mumbo Jumbo and Grian had quite the Minecraft Earth adventures. At Mojang Studios, we've also been making more original content than ever before on our Minecraft YouTube channel. Our goal is to create shows
really?
that give you inside knowledge directly from our team. We're even giving away all of our secrets in a new series called How We Make Minecraft.
Oh,
which
yeah, okay, I've seen
honestly
that
feels
series.
sort of risky. And guess what? We have lots more awesome
Kinda funny.
Minecraft content on the way. Here's a look at what shows you'll find on our channel.
Here's 10 things you didn't know about
Yo to the yo-yo. My name is Jens, I'm here.
Wait, no! Stop!
You know, these are actually kind of funny to watch.
How can Steve punch cactus without getting hurt?
I know a cactus has pricklies, but punching a tree probably hurts too.
Everyone just starts panicking.
Please like and subscribe. I've always wanted to say that. But really, you should. It's good stuff. In 2017, you voted for the terror that is the Phantom. And I personally
Yeah,
have
who
not
voted for the
forgiven you
Phantom?
that. In 2018, the Taiga won your vote with fantastic foxes. Last year, it was the mountains. with our
Self-promotion time.
soon-to-be
Guys,
friends,
subscribe
the
to me.
goats. What will you, the Minecraft community, do
I'll be
this
doing
year?
snapshot reviews of all
Let's review our
1.17
choices
stuff.
once more.
And
I was
predictions, just as good as my
inspired by
last
some of the
one.
amazing handcrafted things I've seen made by our community over the years.
This stuff
So I
impresses
decided
me.
to make my own versions of our 3 mob choices. Hi, babies. for illustrative purposes. I think I did a pretty great job. Took me 3 months each. Anyway, all the way from Minecraft Dungeons, we have the Iceologer. They make clouds of ice that smash down on whomever they are attacking. Not quite as chill as they look. From Minecraft Earth, we have the adorable.
Yeah, they're just not giving us very much
I hear they may
information
come
about
with
these.
a new flower, the Buttercup. And I'm pretty sure they'll be
Okay.
best pals with bees. Also from Minecraft
Say it's
Earth,
Buttercup
the glow
flower.
squid. As the tiny trio will
The new
surely
flower
attest,
Buttercup.
they sure are distracting to look at. The first voting poll is now live on
Maybe
the
they will be
Minecraft Twitter account.
mesmerizing.
Make sure you're logged in. Go to the poll right now.
Time to vote,
and click
guys.
the mob you want to.
I feel
win.
like
We'll
Iceologer
check
is still
back
offer
in
the
before
most.
we start the second and final poll. Now, though, I'd like to welcome Laura to my desk to talk about the dungeoniest Minecraft game ever, Minecraft Dungeons. Hello, Laura.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Very excited that you're here.
Nice.
So, what do you do at Mojang Studios?
I am a game designer, which means
I think they're all
I am the
pretty
one that gets
cool.
to decide how difficult the bosses are.
You guys see the voting thing up?
So I'm sorry
I don't
about
see it
that
yet.
one. You can blame me for that.
I think people will blame you for that.
That's okay.
While I have you here on the stage, which mob are you voting for?
I think if I don't say I am voting for the Iceologer, my team will kill me. So, but it's an amazing mob. It brings a lot of fun to Dungeons, and I think it will bring a lot of fun to Minecraft as well.
Okay. I figured you would say that, but I had to ask. So tell me about the launch of Dungeons this year.
Oh wow, that was quite the ride. It was such a crazy launch. I don't think anybody in the team expected to ever release a game from home. So we were all sitting in this like massive Teams call and like sharing streams with each other and sharing videos and comments from players, and it was very good. It was fun in a different way.
What would you say was your favorite thing from the release?
I think it was how
anyone play
people
Minecraft
came
Dungeons?
together to
Or,
play the
Joe
game.
Beckham?
It was very fun to see parents like show their children dungeon crawlers and children show their parents Minecraft.
You guys
I
haven't
don't know,
already,
it
make
was
sure to hop
very
onto our
nice to
Discord.
see
We're in voice
everyone
call right now.
just sit
It's like
together
20
and
people.
play and enjoy.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at what the community has
Not
done
my type of game.
with what's come out so far.
Can't see the poll. I don't see the poll either.
Cannot actually believe that we like got close to the end and it was like, nope. Well, time to be blown up by more creepers. They absolutely hate you, these creepers. Oh yeah,
Didn't they say there was gonna be a poll?
あ、待って待って、結構減った、結構減った。最後殴りに行っていい？お前、おら！お前、おら！
So the Village Merchant, a really cool merchant, simple, straightforward items, and definitely a nice addition to the game, a good replacement for the Wandering Trader. Now let's go check in with our friend the Blacksmith here. This is definitely something that I'm looking forward to because this is one of the coolest things that has possibly come to the game.
Pô, tem que matar o Maguinho. Ai, morri. Galera, me ajuda.
Calma aí, Yeah, there's
Eu vou dar
Fitness.
cover aqui. Que isso, Davizinho já tá me...
Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here.
Väldigt bra! Ha! Smättsut! Hör du? Vänta tills jag har min raket du! Du ska få spö då! Nu jäklar ska ni få spö! Skya!
Stop killing the pandas, you monster! Stop killing the pandas!
Oh, we have to save villagers! Our villagers right there! You are free, villager!
We must find the caravan of other villagers. Ooh, I got invisibility
Ooh,
potion. What is that?
와, 맵 엄청 많이 생겼네 이번에. 자, 크리퍼까지 깼고 늪지, 목장, 협곡, 레드스톤 광산 여기 거의.
Definitely made the game look nice. I never played it. I like I would play it. It just seems like too much clicking for me.
You right?
Yeah. I put my Oh, look! There's a pig. Kill the pig! Get the pig!
Oh no! Iceologer 35%.
Okay, the voting is up now. Came out
That
1
looks
minute
so
ago.
fun.
Yeah, it's so cool to see people have fun with the game.
Ooh, Glow Squid is actually a little bit ahead of
I hope
Iceologer
so
right
at
now.
least.
But
Oh my goodness, we need everybody to vote Iceologer.
Oh, this month it's been a crazy month. Like we haven't stopped doing things.
Dude,
I feel.
why did people-
We released first the Creeping Winter.
I mean, the only thing
together
it might
with our
offer
new
is
merchants
the-
and the new
what
daily
is it,
trials, which
mesmerizing
was
effect?
Awesome. I hope everyone loved it. We launched
Even
for
the glowing
xCloud,
effect doesn't sound
so
like it's
now
actually
people can
be
play on mobile, which
physically
is
glowing.
so fun. I really like that. And this week we
Crash
just
Twitter
launched
poll.
in China. So now we get to welcome
It's
our Chinese
almost
friends to the
200,000
community, and
votes.
I am super happy about that.
Rigged.
That's really exciting. Well, now we have a question from the community for you.
Right.
ということで私から質問です。マインクラフトダンジョンズをリリースされてから開発者が想定していなかったファンの反応やゲームの仕様などありましたでしょうか。またマインクラフトダンジョンズの今後について教えてください。今後どのようなコンテンツがリリースされるのでしょうか。ぜひ教えてください。よろしくお願いします。
Okay, he kind of snuck 2 questions into that.
Yes, but they were great questions, and thank you for sending them. Regarding the first question, I think we were very excited to see how fast people found the secret mushroom level. Like, I was very confused about it as well, because we had worked very hard on making it very secretive and having little snippets of things everywhere, but players are so smart, they found it so fast. So if you haven't played the mushroom level, go check it out, because it's very fun.
And the second question?
Right. So
excited
that's
for
what
the
we are
warden.
here to talk about
The
today.
warden's
We're
pretty
going
crazy
to talk
looking.
about our upcoming DLC that we
I
prepared
feel
with
like you
our
could
friends at
outrun it.
Double
It didn't seem like I was
Eleven,
running
and that's
that
called the
fast.
Howling Peaks. So we're going to the mountains with dungeons as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a look at some live gameplay?
Yeah, let's check it out. We are very lucky today that we have 4 members of the Dungeons team with us. Here's Mariana at the Nintendo Switch. Hello. Here's Chris at the PC. Here's David at the PlayStation 4. And at the Xbox One, we have Annika. So we get to show you here for the first time cross-play, which we're very excited
Oh yeah, they're
about.
talking about crossplay. That was another thing.
Together from everywhere.
That's exciting.
And yeah, that's our first
Does that
look
mean we're
at
getting
the
Cobalt Ore
mountains
too?
biome coming to Dungeons.
Already I see a goat right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were so happy. We asked the Minecraft team if we could bring goats to Dungeons, and they said yes.
Yeah.
So we get to
I know.
release them a bit first in Dungeons. So we're super excited about that. They're equally as mischievous. Yes.
So I see a lot of wind coming out of these grates.
Yes. Wind is a mechanic that we're gonna explore a lot in the
We need wind in
mountains
Minecraft.
missions. And the players will be both challenged by it and will be able to use it. So the wind will push the player, so you need to be a bit careful, but at the same time you'll be able to use it to solve puzzles, push items, and open doors and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's awesome. What is this we're looking at?
Right, so yeah, our mountains biomes are so tall that the player will need to find new ways to traverse the levels. So that's a mountain lift, and there's gonna
Mountain
be
lift.
full of
Huh.
like these little contraptions all around.
That seems like a really fun new mechanic.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah, the goats are all around, and you need to
in
be
the
careful with
second
them.
in the second round, it might.
Yes, they're really gonna push you out of the edge if you're not too careful.
Yeah, they'll make
So
another
leave the goats
round.
Yes, leave the goats alone. That's very important.
Oh yeah, the
And
voting
as you'll
thing.
see in a bit,
Yeah, the voting thing,
the
they're not
iceologers
gonna
that
take
you
the
can
number
find on
one.
this
They're
mission,
just gonna
and in all
get
the
rid of
mountains
the
missions are very
last
ready
place
for the
ones.
weather. So they are wearing their little cozy clothes, and they're wind resistant, which
Yeah,
means
too.
that while the
So
player
they
will be challenged by the
close
wind,
to
the
help against the
isologers
cold. I
won't.
wonder if they'll ever add that kind of like cold
These are
thing
new
into
mobs called the wind
Minecraft.
callers,
I think
and
it'd be
that's
cool
a
if there was
Ravager
something
coming for the first
high
time to
that would make it
Minecraft
like cold, or
Dungeons.
something
That's
way
another
down.
Minecraft
Do you need like
mob
special
that we
gear
get
in order to go like the
welcome.
very lowest caves?
They're quite sturdy.
What do the wind colors do?
Right, the wind callers spawn a draft of wind right under the player, and they push the player up, so the player gets fall damage.
Okay.
It's very important to deal with them quick or run away, because they're gonna be painful.
Isolager for a world less leg gear.
Well, they're doing a pretty good job.
I mean,
against these wind
I don't know.
colors.
I don't know. Glowing
Our
squid.
adventurers
Glowing squid
are
would probably be
strong.
quite rare, and
Okay,
Ooh.
I don't
three
think it would create much
Ravagers.
leg.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. But so far, I can see that all the consoles are working very neatly together. We're super happy about that. It's been progressing very nicely, and we hope everyone can soon play together. Oh, that was an isolager. I wanted to say, like, that's my favorite mob, but you know, it
But
went
it
too
didn't stay
fast.
around too long.
Yes.
All right, we're leading up to this big Ravager battle.
Yes. But I think we can let our
Dude, those guys
adventurers
actually
deal
walk
with
pretty
the
fast.
Ravagers.
Not very well.
No.
Minecraft, they're kind of slow.
Yeah.
So, With all of this, you also have a new game mode coming.
Yeah, the game mode is coming very, very soon, and it's going to be for all the
Glowing
players
neon
for
dyes.
free,
Yeah, I think people
and that's
assume it to be
called
glowing dyes, but
Apocalypse Plus,
if they don't tell you that,
which means that we're making the game
I don't
just,
want to just assume
you know,
that.
harder.
So far,
a
all we
bit at
got
a
is like
time.
they
Yeah.
look
When
like
you
they're
call
glowing,
something
but they're actually not
Apocalypse,
physically
it sounds
glowing,
very hard.
and they might
Yeah, and
mesmerize you.
Apocalypse Plus means that it gets
Do we have
even
anything
harder.
besides
so
that?
hopefully players
Maybe a
get to
unique
find
drop?
new challenges, and we found different ways to tweak the balance.
Or
of
the
the
Icelager
challenges.
ad,
Different
they most
every
likely
time.
would have a unique drop.
Okay,
'cause
that's a
it's-
lot of stuff.
Even though it's a
You're
pillager,
working
most
on
pillagers
even
have
more
unique drops. They
new
also have the unique attack.
We're working
It's
on
a
a
unique
ton of stuff. I
volume.
feel we've been so busy. It's
None
crazy.
of them really offer a lot, but I feel
yeah,
like
we
offers
have
more
today a little video with a lot of
What
work in
Dream and
progress.
Filza are voting for
Very
Glow
working.
Squid?
Yes. But yeah, I think
How
we should
could they?
look at the video.
Wait, that's my line.
This is why
I'm
we're
sorry.
doing so well.
Number 1. It's winning by 0.8% now.
I'm watching the votes too. Vote is tied. Yeah, pretty close. Glow Squid is still ahead. I guess I could retweet it.
Alright, so it's winning by 0.7% now, with 620,000 votes.
But they did mention that something in the game would make a big splash. But I looked at Minecraft Earth and there's really nothing that provides... There's no real water mobs other than the squid. Glow Squid. There's like, I don't think there's any water mobs besides the Glow Squid. A water-based slime filled with tropical fish.
One of my
That's the other
favorite
thing.
things we do at Mojang Studios is Minecraft Education Edition.
Mr.
Students around
Beast
the world
just
are able
tweeted
to learn
Dream,
in exciting and interactive
told them
ways
to vote
using
Squid.
the game as a learning-based platform.
Why?
Students and teachers in 115
I
countries
mean, it's not
around
the worst
world
thing.
are able to collaborate,
Maybe if
learn,
they
and
choose a
share
really
together.
poor mob, they'll have to do
Minecraft
something
has
cool with
always
it.
been a way to connect people, and we've seen that now more than ever with Minecraft Education Edition being used in remote learning. When you're in the game, you don't have to feel so far away from your classmates.
You want another hostile
From
mob?
creating
It's a
graduation
very
ceremonies
isolated
in Japan,
hostile
to
mob,
creating
just
first
on
day orientations for American
tops of these
universities,
mountains.
to teachers doing virtual meetups.
I just feel like I
We've
never
seen
run across a
students and
squid hardly
teachers
to
using
start
the
with,
game
and
in
how often would I
incredible
run across a
ways.
glowing squid?
Today,
Even less.
we're launching our first ever Minecraft Education Edition global challenge for students around the world to build a better world with us.
I want to see like
Over the
if
past
Mr.
few
Beast
months,
tweeting that makes a
We've
huge
seen
difference.
wildlife roam through cities, while humans stayed inside. Without cruise ships and ferries around, dolphins visited the port of Cagliari in Sardinia, Italy, and wild boar roamed the streets of Barcelona. But
What
what,
the
if
heck?
animals could
They
share
went in
space
zombie and they
with
came
humans
out
all the
normal.
time?
That was funny.
Today, we're kicking off the first ever Minecraft Education Global Build Championship and asking students around the world to design and build healthy spaces for humans and animals to coexist together. What will you build?
Hey, I'm Ayana. I'm a developer in the Minecraft team. If I were to participate in the Global Build Challenge, I'd build a series of underwater tubes so we could transport things without disturbing the aquatic life.
Hello everyone, I'm OMG Chad.
There's OMG
and if
Chad.
I were to design a build for the Global Championship, I would make a house with a habitat for my cats on top. And I would call it a Habicat.
どうも、
Habitat.
こんにちは、カーボンです。僕だったら日本っぽい建築で勝負したい。
Hola, nosotros somos los hermanos Leo y si estuviéramos participando en la dinámica mundial de Minecraft construiríamos unas viviendas camufladas con la vegetación del entorno para que los animales no se espanten. ¡Participa!
Design and build your own solution in Minecraft Education Edition. For the chance to win mine coins, awesome Minecraft gear, and a video chat with Mojang Studios.
No,
The
it's still
championship
0.9%.
opens
Oh,
today.
wow.
You might be looking at an
Glow
old
Squid can only spawn in like super deep. Yeah. I hardly see
You can
normal
register
squids.
today and download the Championship World Template.
That must
We
be
can't
on
wait to see your amazing
Bedrock
ideas,
Edition.
and Jens and I can't wait to see the winner on video chat. We get the awesome prize of chatting with you
Would you
no
vote
matter
for
who wins.
Icelager?
For those of you who don't have Education Edition, we have something for you too. Our education team has already added amazing free
The thing
lessons
is, people that
to
voted
Minecraft
for
Marketplace.
Moobloom
We've
will
also
probably
been
end up
working
voting
with some
for
amazing
Squid next
educators
time.
on a new series about diversity and inclusion coming this fall.
Hi, Minecraft Live. I'm Kenneth Shelton, and along with my fellow educators, Felisa Ford and Natasha Rochelle, we've been building a series of Minecraft lessons that will help people explore topics of social justice, equity, identity, and tolerance. The first of these lessons is called Good Trouble.
I did see
and it's based
in
on
my
the
video, I did
life
see a lot of people
and
vote for
philosophy
the
of
Squid.
Congressman and civil rights activist John Lewis.
So, I mean,
the additional lessons continue teaching
it
about
seems like the
social
general
justice
public likes
from
the
across
Squid.
the world and through time.
And I hope it
From
didn't have to
Black
do anything
Lives
with
Matter
me
to
saying that,
Malala's
oh,
quest
it
in
might bring in
Pakistan
some
to
blowing
achieve
effects.
equal education for girls, to the civil rights movement of 1960s America, to the women's suffragette movement, and more. We can't wait to share these important lessons with the Minecraft
Wait, so
community.
far, Iceologers,
I'm looking
like,
forward to playing through the
1%
Good Trouble
behind
lessons myself.
below
Together with the
Squid.
Minecraft community, we commemorated Juneteenth with contributions to the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, Equal Justice Initiative, and the NAACP Legal Defense Fund.
Yeah, the wireless red
We're
song is pretty
proud to
exciting.
continue supporting organizations that fight for equity and equality in the world by making an additional donation today to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. This brings our 2020 contributions to over $2 million. Beyond this,
It
we
says, love your
continue to look
content,
within our
and I'm
company,
subscribed from
our products,
Chile.
and
Have you been
ourselves
to
for
Chile? I
how
have
we
not
can
been to
help
Chile. I haven't
create a
been
more
to
inclusive world.
South America at all. Game design and beyond with Jeb. Hey, we can listen to Jeb.
Now it's time for a brand new segment of our show. You may have missed our next guest during the Minecraft
Jeb.
update segment, but not to worry. You're about to get some dedicated time with the one and only Jeb. Hello.
Hello. Thank you very much.
It was very different not having you in the Minecraft update section.
Yes, yes, it's a little bit different this year since we always want the ones that are actually working on the features of the games to be the ones to get to talk about them, because we feel that it gets more genuine in that way.
So what are you working on then?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Uh-oh. Combat?
No, of course, I still spend a lot of time with Vanilla and Agnes and the team, but I now work with all our products, all our games, and like the board games, and try to support our developers and designers to capture the Minecraft feeling and make them fit together. But honestly, everyone's so talented, so it's actually quite an easy job. But to help everyone, both in Stockholm and in Redmond, I wrote a book, a Minecraft game design book.
Are you trying to sell that to everyone in the audience watching?
No, this is only for Mojang Studios employees. It contains a lot of secrets. But it was helpful
Hey guys,
when
get this
the
book.
team grew to kind of explain my thoughts and ideas about Minecraft. And for Vanilla particular, there are some guiding principles that are going to help us continue updating the game for many years to
Jeb
come.
wants to talk his board
But you
games.
did decide to share some today, so people can kind of see what's in the Jeb game design book.
So there's board games there on the
So
floor or on the
one
table.
of these guiding principles is it maybe sounds obvious, but that is it's always one block at a time.
I'm pretty sure no one thought that was
You place one block, you remove one block, you pull one lever, and you trigger one TNT, and of course that causes a big explosion. But at the core, the interaction is always one block at a time, and it's
Yeah, the update's
not
been
only
announced.
important for the way you play the game, but it's also if you're playing together with someone, let's say you're building a house or something,
Mhm.
then I will be able to observe what you're doing and quickly understand where you're going, and then I can help you, and every block counts. If you would just copy paste or make templates and such,
board game collection.
then it would be a little bit harder to collaborate. And also Minecraft is a lot about the journey to create your massive castle or whatever.
True, it's all about the journey.
But so it's important to we retain that feeling.
And you have another principle, but it applies pretty directly to a community question that we have.
Weather, natural disaster, and related features will be in Minecraft. Hailstorms, heavy fog. I like that.
我的学姐的中国玩家，大家好，感谢你的提问。
Wow, yes.
Yes, the Chinese community inspired me to try to take on a new language, but I have a long way to go, honestly. But about the question, if we're going to add things like natural disasters, that kind of contradicts one of our other guiding principles that bad things happen, but they're technically the player's fault.
Huh.
Okay, they're the player's fault.
Yes.
Always blame the players.
In the sense that it was either caused by a player, like a griefer or summoning in the wither, or a player was nearby, such as when a creeper explodes. So whenever something bad happens, we want to make sure that the players are either actively taking part of that or have a way to prevent it from happening. And an earthquake or a tornado would
That's true.
obviously
I've heard this reply before.
destroy something that you've spent hours building.
But there's definitely a few I can think of that maybe fall outside of this principle.
There are still a few cases like Endermen can grab a block and maybe wreck up some redstone, or you can have an unlucky wolf running into your sheep garden. But there's also the worst thing is, of course, lightning strikes that can set your whole house on fire. But I'm hoping that Agnes and the team may have a plan for that.
Exciting. So what's
Yay.
the last feature you were active in developing?
Yes, the last feature I did was the netherite feature. I thought that was a very important part of the nether update that I wanted to help where I can.
The 18 lightning round update.
Since I'm working with so many different projects now, I don't want to do something halfway and then kind of leave it to the team to fix my bugs. So I try to be a little bit hands off. But recently, I've of course also been working a little bit on making combat test snapshots.
That leads us to another community question.
Hey, I'm Dan TDM, and I would love to know what kind of combat mechanic changes are being made to Minecraft Java Edition.
Yes, and that's an excellent question. We currently have a problem that on the two different editions of the game, there are different combat mechanics or combat systems. And that's bad both for us as designers that have to take both systems into account, but also bad for the community that wants to have the same experience.
That's true.
So the main objective is to reach parity. But I still want to make sure that we make a system that is kind of fits with the building and that doesn't distract too much from building, but still gives us this depth that allows us to design interesting behaviors. Also, I want to make sure that it works both good in both player versus environment. That means adventuring and players versus player. And I want to make sure that it feels good playing both with mouse and keyboard. And when you're on a controller, you don't get tired by frequently pressing the trigger. And we also want to improve touch, like the touch experience. So it's a lot to do.
But you said you weren't working on feature development. But
yeah, it's
you
true.
are working on combat?
Yes, I mean, of course, it's a little bit hard to keep your hand out of the feature cookie jar. But in this case, I also felt that this was an area where I could help the team, so they could focus on doing the content updates. But at some point in the future, I will, of course, dump this on the team.
Okay, so exactly what you said you don't want to do.
Yes, and they will have to carry it over the finish line. Yes.
Nice. Now, speaking of combat, we just had a really cool announcement about Alex and Steve coming to Super Smash Brothers.
Hey.
Yes, and that is so amazing. And just like I said, like my job gets easier because everyone's so talented, and just in this case, Sakurai-san and his team they really understand Minecraft and have made absolutely amazing Super Smash Bros. Fighter.
And Sakurai has also made a really amazing video for all of us in the community.
マインクラフトライブをご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。大乱闘スマッシュブラザーズディレクター、空の桜井正宏です。スマブラにマインクラフトのダウンロードコンテンツが導入されます。スティーブやアレックスが参戦することが決定し、マインクラフトライブ前特別放送をお届けしたのですが、見ていただけたでしょうか。もしまだの方はぜひご覧ください。スマブラであることを忘れるぐらい、
I think it's kind of cool that you're like placing blocks in the way and
相
stuff.
当にすごい踏み込んだ表現を行っています。発売までもう少しだけお時間いただきます。スティーブがマリオと戦う。アレックスがピカチュウと戦う。
I don't know, they seem very
ゾン
cheaty.
やエンダーマンをアクションゲームで操作できる。リンクやカービィやソニックやロックマンやクラウドやリュウなど
I never played Smash Mario's, but can other characters play some blocks and
そして私
stuff?
もマインクラフトファンの一人です。マインクラフトライブでの発表を楽しみにしています。それでは。
That was a really big secret to keep.
Yes, and it was a really hard secret to keep even in the studio because it was super secret. But it has been so much fun to work on.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the community reaction.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to switch gears here. You have a sort of famous saying within the office, which is the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. And why do you think that?
Yeah, I suppose the quote has kind of gotten a life of its own.
It definitely has.
But yes, I think Minecraft unleashes
definitely a great game for
people's creativity and helps them collaborate, but also teaches them things like geometry, languages, and maths. So yes, I do think that the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. But I know that you also are very engaged in building a better world.
You're interviewing me now, Jens. Thanks. I mean, I think I feel so privileged to work on Minecraft because of all the amazing things that people do with it, from Education Edition, and something I'm extremely passionate about is Block by Block, which is our partnership with UN Habitat, and it's really helping people reimagine their public space and then have it built.
I love this place. It's such a nice area.
Seattle wants Flowing Squid to win.
Well, before, the area felt very cold and unsafe.
Basically, it was just an abandoned place.
Block by Block is a program created by Mojang and UN Habitat where we use Minecraft to help community members redesign
Currently,
their
Iceologers
Kosovo has
2%
been
behind
impacted by
Glowing
years of
Squid.
conflict.
But
And in
still
those
gonna
situations,
surpass
we often see
Moo Bloom.
communities divided and public spaces neglected.
The question is,
It was
where do the
a
Moo
really
Bloom
cool
votes
project
go?
because even the
Most
little
likely they'll
kids
end
like
up going
me could help out
to
with
Glow
to
Squid.
make the city a better place.
They got to use Minecraft to sketch and try different solutions about how the space could be improved.
It was very fun because you felt like to be able to help the city while just playing.
If you guys haven't voted already,
After
you
that,
guys
the
still
ideas were
can.
presented to local architects
I
and city
retweeted it on
planners,
my
and later
YouTube
that year,
or my Twitter
construction
there.
started.
So make sure you follow my YouTube as well.
It's
Although
been
they actually
5
did
years
change the park.
since we participated in the program, and the street since then has become more developed and it is now more frequented than before.
Or
It seemed kind of unbelievable that this was made with Minecraft.
So seeing my own idea as a kid, changing a whole area in my city, it was very special to me.
It's unbelievable that we were able to make reality what was once only an idea in our computer screen.
Finally, decision makers have changed their perspective because maybe they realize that we can make a change.
In a democracy, you want the people who live in that community to be asked about what's going to happen in that community. So this is a perfect example. The community was asked, the community decided, the community designed, and the community is using it.
I'm probably going to be like really happy and
polls
be
were
like,
closed?
hey friends,
Okay.
I made this.
I walk here almost every day, and every time I
Oh,
see
yeah,
it, and I
this is
see a
fun
lot
results.
of people spending time here, it's a very gratifying feeling.
I just hope it will become
Over
real as soon
100,000
as
comments
possible.
on that
So
Twitter.
the reaction of the community was
Or just people
great,
spamming what
and
they
to me
voted.
it was a great feeling which I'll never forget.
I came up with a skate park idea and some trees surrounding the park.
It is possible to change the world and make your dreams come true.
It felt like I was being heard, and being heard and listened to is one of the best feelings that you can feel.
I actually was able to go to Kosovo at the start of that project, and it's just amazing to see the transformation using Minecraft.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yes.
Jens, you must have seen a lot of amazing things because you're about to hit your 10-year anniversary at Mojang Studios in like 2 or
He's
3
been there a
months.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, it has been an amazing journey these 10 years, and I have had so much fun working on Minecraft. But of course, I'm also a Minecraft player, and we're all like with the community.
He's one of the OG people.
And in the end, it's really the players and the community that gives everything its purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. And from myself as part of the community, I just want to say, like, thank you for the 10 years and all that you've done for Minecraft. It's made a huge difference in my life, and I think many people watching right now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jens. Last year at Live, we announced the Nether update. Maybe since then you've been wondering about what it would be like to attend a Nether ballet. Wonder no more.
Nether ballet.
Our friends at Element Animation will dance us through all the new Nether
Yeah,
features.
I'm sure that's everybody's wondering. It'd be funny you could bounce off the top of slimes or magma. Uh-oh, the votes are in.
The results of the first round of voting are in. The round which determined which mob's dreams would be dashed, with no hope of making it into the final round.
I saw it.
And it was intense. But sadly, let's all say a fond farewell to the poor Moobloom. Then forget it ever
Just tosses
existed,
it.
because it's time to vote again. We are now down to the Isolager and the Glow Squid. And in the first round, they were quite close. I'm quite interested to see where the voters of the Moobloom
Uh-oh,
will
we're
go.
gonna be voting again, guys.
If you missed the first round of voting, make sure you get in
Imagine if it's
on
like
this
a
one.
0.1
It determines which one of these two makes it into Minecraft. I know who I'll be voting for.
Yeah.
The final voting poll is live
Wait,
now.
was he looking at the
This is your
Isolager?
chance to have a say in what goes into Minecraft. So don't leave yourself out. Log into Twitter and go vote.
Huh. I haven't showed this guy yet. First he represents.
Hello, I'm
the game.
Quinn, head of the Marketplace Partner Program, and I'm joined by two of my favorite people. How about you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Fanny. I'm a developer on the Creator Assistance team, and what we do is create tools for our creator community. And some of them are very visible, and we're going to talk about them later. Some others are more behind the scenes, and that help our creators make content that is more efficient and reliable,
I'll
like
retweet
the
it once
schedule
the
command that
voting
is coming
comes
out
up.
soon.
Yep. I'm Jason. I'm a developer in the engine team, and we've been
This
responsible
must be
for
more of a
lot
Bedrock
the
talk.
modding type capabilities that have come to Bedrock over the last couple of
Yeah.
years.
That's super cool. So your teams help make creator tools for all of our incredible marketplace partners all around the world to help make content for you.
Well, I don't think that'll exist because like, you can't have a public server.
So how do people even mod in Bedrock? I thought it was like really hard to do anything.
Studios here in Aotearoa. A team of 3 making content for the marketplace and Minecraft Education Edition.
Yeah, they can't exist because it takes teamwork. You can't have a public server.
I'm Beanie from Zombini, and I run a small studio based in California. We create lots of marketplace content, and I've been making tutorials for the last 7 years to teach others how to make their own Minecraft skins.
Magandang umaga, Minecraft Live. My name is Mark from Kubo Studios, and we are 15 working here in the Philippines.
Are those subtitles useful, guys? I feel like to me the subtitles are useful.
Hi, I'm Tian from Everboon Games, and we are 38 people working here in England.
Hi, Minecraft Live, this is Lizcraft, and we hope you like our stuff on the marketplace.
Hey everyone, I cannot believe I'm part of Minecraft Live this year. My name is Yasser, aka StarkTMA from MC Texels, and we are super excited about the new updates.
Oh, vote out. Vote out. Yeah, votes up. 100%.
You see the vote? I also vote.
Eu sou o Gabriel, diretor da Irim Studios, e a gente tem cerca de 5 participantes na nossa equipe. Somos todos brasileiros.
Okay, the vote is up now.
1 vote, 20 minutes left.
Okay, I'm gonna retweet it.
I'm Vicky, also known as Geeky Pixels from NetherPixel Studios, and I get to spend my days making content and working with awesome people.
Hey, I'm Warren from Gaika, and there are 20 people working here in Israel. Shalom.
Okay, I retweeted it.
It goes in rounds. People are hexing.
And the best part is all these features can be used
Oh
by
my
all
goodness.
creators. So what do you have to show us today?
Yeah, so for the last couple of years, we've been doing a lot of work with the entities in the game. So this time, we've doubled down and gotten it so that we focused on items and blocks. So as part of that, I made a custom crop
They are
to
still
kind
kind
of
of
show off a lot of
close.
capabilities.
Skin.
So over the summer,
I'm kind of
everyone
influenced
at
it.
Mojang Studios was given tomato seeds to try and grow a tomato plant at home. So I thought that was kind of perfect inspiration to go make a crop. So you can interact, you can place the seeds, use the crops.
Does anybody
see they're
understand
kinda
like
growing.
Bedrock
You
and
got
modding? I
a
thought it was
couple
like
of
really
them in the flower
restrictive.
stage, got a
How
few now
are these
that
people
I
able to
actually
do
go
it?
pick. So in this case, I've made them work like the sweet berry bush where you can just right click on them. But I think tomatoes taste disgusting, so I thought it was better to make them as something you can throw.
If you want to make like
Quinn and I had some fun. We were throwing them around. It's harmless, or sort of harmless.
Yeah, totally harmless.
Yeah.
You knocked me in the lava.
It was mostly by accident.
Yeah, it's over
but tomatoes will
200,000
actually
votes
rot on the
already.
vine as well, and if they rot for too long, you get a little rotten tomato monster that can spawn from it. So I'm gonna fight him off here. But yeah, he throws rotten tomatoes. They don't fly as far as a regular tomato, but they knock you back a lot more.
All campaigning.
Kind of based off all this stuff. I think
Yeah, but
tomatoes
it's
maybe
funny,
aren't
like the few
best idea.
people, like some of these
So I
people
gotta
don't
get
really
rid of all my plants
play
and never grow
survival
them again.
Minecraft.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like Dream does
So all
PvP.
these,
Healthy.
it's true, they are pretty
And
healthy.
Mr. Beast does like
So with all of
just
these,
these
custom
videos.
crops,
Like
you
they
know,
don't. They're
creators
not the
can
ones that are
make
gonna be
some really
stuck
cool
with this
kind of, like,
mob.
farming
People
style
aren't playing
maps.
survival.
Oh, definitely. So like, I think crops are a great example of showing off how they all can kind of come together because you get the items.
Mesmerized by Glow Squid in
Normally
his
you would
speedruns.
eat the-
Does he
eat the
even
item,
speedrun
but,
anymore?
Or you can make projectiles.
We haven't seen a speedrun
But
for
they also
for
have
months.
the ability to get events that are fired from things like a tick event. So as that event is fired, you can make the block run through multiple stages of growth, and eventually get to the point where like you can choose like what loot.
It's not looking
spawn
so
at
good for
various stages of
Isolager.
growth and stuff like that.
He's behind 5%.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool how you could like interact with them like a normal berry bush.
Oh, yeah, you're
but then,
right.
you know, get the
It's
tomato.
about
Yeah, it's just another
450,000
interactive
votes
event that
now.
you can key into.
Oh, there is a timer. 16
And
minutes
then
left.
there's a
guys.
tomato monster there at the end too.
Yeah, call him Tomo.
I thought Moo Boom would be
Tomo
like
is
in
so
second place.
cute. It's not even scary, but yeah, it's an example of what you can do with them
Yeah, it was
combining
more-
events
it
and
was
commands. That's
a
one of the
reskinned
features
cow.
that our creators have requested for so long, just having commands to be able to run them when something happens. So now instead of also in addition to
Don't think
doing it with
Iceologer can
actors, you can also
recover.
do it with blocks and items. In
It
this
definitely
case,
has,
as the flower is
off-road.
rotting, you can disappear that crop and also summon a tomato monster, a Tomo monster.
Yes. Well, that's really cool because like I can totally see creators like using all of those combinations of features to make some like really cool like adventurous maps.
Yeah, like for example, the little adventure that we can show you, where we were going to the desert, and then
What is
we
like a
found this
dual sword there?
mysterious golden skull, and also an equally mysterious pedestal in the middle of the desert. So we decided to place our golden skull over there and see
Yeah,
what
it's very
happened.
simple modding that they can do.
And yes,
Like
we
adding
have a
new mods.
mountain that is hollow. And as the brave warriors that we are, we went exploring. And obviously, we found some creepy monsters inside. Luckily, we have our trusty custom sword to fight them off.
Oh, that definitely helps.
I'm not sure if we even survived that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very safe.
No,
No.
not at all.
But that pedestal, I know that's one of the most requested features, block models.
Yeah, so I've been
Streams
super
tweeted
excited
got
that we finally be able to get block
10,000,
models in. It's something
tens
we've
of
been wanting to
thousands
do
of
for
votes,
years, and
and
we're
Glow
finally
Squid
able
with
to,
millions of
to work
followers.
on them and get them in. So
Yeah, I
we've got
think
it working with
that
using
would-
the same
that would probably count for
formats
their
that we've been
percentage or
using
so.
for the entities. So the same tools that people have been using to build custom mobs, they can use to build the blocks with.
Oh, that's cool. So you don't even have to like learn a new skill. You can just continue
Now it's
the.
almost identical.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
And
over
then I
half a
noticed on the
million
hotbar
votes.
with the golden skull.
That
there
really
was,
tells you
like,
how big
a little
Minecraft
red
is.
triangle. What was that?
Yes,
crazy.
it's a feature that we're calling item lock. I don't know if you found yourself sometimes just going through some content and you have this special item and then you die and you lose it, or maybe you drop it accidentally. Now
It's one
we've
of the
made it
biggest,
so
like,
that
streams
creators
that
can
happens
actually
with
lock
people.
something on your inventory, so that when you die or you press Q, it won't go away. That way you don't lose your mysterious golden skull.
The thing is,
to unlock the
you know, right
next
now we're talking about
stage.
Bedrock, but everything that comes to
I was gonna say,
Bedrock
that makes it super easy because I
could
definitely
eventually
been in
come
an
to
adventure map
Java.
and I lost the key on
It's
accident.
not right there.
And then I had to go and try and fix that.
Yes.
And then when you placed the skull, there was a lot going on in the background.
Like there's three features to talk about right there. The
His
first one is like
speedruns
we
are
wanted
him
to give
playing
more power to
Manhunt
creators with
series. I
cameras.
guess you could say
This
that's
one is just a
type of
small one
speedrun.
where we just shake the screen. I don't know if you noticed that one. And then you can help players convey something like there's an earthquake going on, or maybe something is going to about to fall over you. So you can do that
Water
with this new
Phantom.
tool.
Or dinosaurs.
Or
Yeah, we don't need water
dinosaur
phantoms.
steps.
Yes. The second one that we noticed
Yeah, I
there
don't know. I
is,
just don't feel like Glow Squid is
structures.
going to bring as much
You
as
can now
Iceologer.
place them using commands, whereas before you had to be using a structure block, which is more complicated and time-consuming. Now you can do it much more easily. And as part of those commands, you can now animate the structure placement.
Yeah, they
For
talked
those that
about
noticed,
Nintendo
like the
bringing
mountain
in
was opening, and that was
Steve
just a structure
to Smash
animating.
Bros.
We provide a couple of effects. One is just like a 3D printing animation, and the other one is layer by layer. And yeah, you can combine them to just achieve very cool effects.
Yeah, I can see like creators, using
Don't ruin
those to
mountains.
add just a.
It's like a
another
Rune
level of
Mountains. It's going to
polish
add more
their-
to
their
them.
world.
Think about it. They're just going to
Absolutely.
be
And then I
pretty boring if
recognize
they're
the
just ghost
scorpions.
settings.
Yeah, well, the desert theme, it felt appropriate to bring them back.
You think about the
They've
wireless
always been one of
redstone?
my-
It looks really
my
useful.
personal favorite custom mobs
I don't know
that I've ever
how
built.
far it goes.
Yeah,
It
but
looks like their
after watching that
example
video
went
for
maybe
so long and ended
5
up having a
blocks
nightmare
out, 6
about having
blocks
to
out.
rescue my mom from some like aliens riding scorpions. It was creepy.
I'm sorry, that was not the intention.
It was creepy and funny.
Yeah. Well, speaking of aliens, I know
Still
our
about
team put
5%
together a really
behind.
cool sci-fi parkour map that, they made you run through, Jason.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they knew this when they asked me to run through it, but I'm pretty awful at parkour. So it took a few tries to get a clean run through. But at the beginning here, it's a pretty typical sort of parkour map of running and jumping, but we definitely have some twists up ahead. And here's kind of the first one of, even I know I can't make that jump. So let's see what's in the chest. And we got a Sliminator. So I'm pretty sure you know what to do here. So now,
Turn it to slime.
hopefully, I will jump and be able to clear this gap. And please, yes. Make it up. So to get teleported to the next section, kind of make it along and see what next obstacle we have. So now I know the chests have useful things in them. So we got a Blockinator. And we'll throw that across and get a little platform. Now I can make this jump even I can make that jump. And we got the hot dog, or the cyber dog, and float up, but it poisoned me, so I needed to use the antidote to rescue me there. Make across and get through here. Now we got a wall in the way, so let's see what tool we have to get through the wall. That's one, and insta presto, and get through here. Keep going along. And this should be our last obstacle here. But I can see the teleport pad, but I can't quite get to it. But that shaft up above looks promising, along with the ladder. So
is light source entity necessary? Apply a lot of light.
And block breaks, I can get to the teleporter.
It seems like it might not actually produce any light, like block light.
Yeah, finally.
Wow, that's
86
super cool.
times.
I love just the aesthetic of that too, as well, like all the art and things. So those teleport blocks, those seem like a really cool way to add like another level of immersion to the worlds you're creating.
Yeah, with data-driven items and blocks, we get so many new events that you can act on. Like, for example, in the case of the teleporters, you can step on it and then an event will trigger and you can react in so many ways. You can add particles, or in this case, for example, you run a series of commands that just teleport you to the next area.
That's awesome. And I love the Slaminator, the Blockinator, and the Magic Wand. I've never seen items do that before.
Yeah, so that's another example of how combining the same tools you can achieve so many different effects. For example, the Sliminator was just using the event and the replace.
Yeah,
sorry,
I don't know. I feel like Phantoms definitely brought a lot to Minecraft. I think people got more than what they bargained for.
And that one is just replacing blocks with air. And then we also had the Blockinator, which allowed you to walk by placing some blocks, replacing air with blocks. So just by combining events and the same command in different ways, you achieve so many cool effects.
Yeah, so it's just small little simple things.
Yeah, I don't think the squid will actually produce light around it.
A wide variety of results.
And even that Blockinator allows you to make that jump.
Yes.
And then I also
first
saw
thought
that,
but based on just the simplicity of all the mobs,
so
it doesn't make
had
sense.
An example of custom food in there.
That one would be that way.
In addition to just satisfying hunger like a food normally does, you can add and remove mob effects. So we had the cyber dog that gave 3 effects, the levitation, nausea, and poison. And then we had the antidote that would actually only remove 2 of them. So unlike a bucket of milk that removes all mob effects, you can make things that remove very specific things.
Yeah, and then it seemed like you got, after you use that, or after you use the
There's 9 minutes left on the voting.
Wall, it seemed like you were stuck.
Guys have voted already.
There was something else that was going on there.
Oh yeah, so there is the block
on my
that
Twitter,
was in my way. So we made it so that another one of these events, similar to the on step on, is we also have an on fall on. So in this case, it was just an on fall on, and you can set what distance you want the event to trigger. So you have to fall at least 10 blocks or something like that. And when you land on it, we then break the block, similar to what like the tomato plant and other things that we saw earlier.
Yeah, and it seemed like it took you quite a few tries to make it through, but Fanny was able to do it first try.
Yes, unlike others, 86 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one new feature that we have is that on raw text, you'll be able to show the names of the players.
So when it started, what did you miss?
At that moment.
They showed
and also show
the new
scores.
caves.
Like in this case, we were tracking how many times.
They showed these really
was
viney
dying.
caves, vegetational caves. They also showed
Yeah.
big
Well,
open caves
thank
with
you
water in
both
them.
for
They
coming onto
showed
the stage and
stalagmite,
talking a little about these creator tools and new features that are coming out. And with these new features, there's going to be a pretty amazing new thing coming out later this year.
This kind of
for all Minecraft players.
What do they call that? That one. It was like some vegetation that was crawling and made wireless redstone.
GDL will not be held responsible in the event of a likely death.
That wireless redstone thing we kind of
Your descent will begin in
Yeah, it looks like a short range, maybe 6 blocks.
2, 1.
Remember when Lytras came out? Like there's a big thing to make Lytra choruses. So that's gonna do transition now.
We know you've waited a long time for this update, and if you thought the first set of features for the caves were awesome, it's time for even more awesomeness. Agnes and Nir from the Vanilla Minecraft gameplay team are here to tell us what else is coming to the Caves and the Cliffs update. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Hey.
How does it feel?
It's so amazing. It's so awesome to finally be able to share that with everyone.
Yes, it feels great, and we have, looked a bit at tweets during the break.
Subtitles are broken. I think they're a little bit slow.
Yes.
Wireless redstone.
Oh yes, yes. And there will be so many cool things you can build with that. And the warden, it's amazing to see all the excitement.
So cool.
Mir, you recently joined the Mojang Studios team.
New Mojang
Yes,
dev.
I joined this year, but honestly, I'm not completely sure how that happened. And not just joining Mojang, I'm not really sure how I'm here in Minecraft Live, because like just last year I was home, glued to the stream. I had to know what the next thing is coming to Minecraft, and today it's not only that I get to share that, I got to work on some of those things, so it's fairly incredible. But yeah, I've been developing games for a few years now, and more recently I've actually worked with this non-profit organization called Games for Peace, which is an amazing organization which basically uses games to promote peace. He takes kids from areas of conflict all around the world and sits them down to play Minecraft. And sometimes it's kids that don't even share a language, so they can't talk. So Minecraft is the language they share. Minecraft is what helps them connect and get to know each other and creates friendships, right? And it was amazing being part of that.
It's so cool. I mean, sometimes I feel like, oh, I know all the amazing things that are happening with Minecraft. And then you described that to Agnes and I, and we both were like, we've never heard that. And it's so cool.
It's so beautiful.
Amazing.
Absolutely
It's amazing.
beautiful. So in this update, you've been really looking at like filling out the caves even more.
Ooh.
Yes, so there are even more things to show. And in the things we showed so far, it's a lot about like improving the journey underground, but of course we also want to add like new things to find, like new resources, and one of them are crystals.
Crystals.
Guys, please vote Isolager. Please don't ban me.
Crystals.
Dude, that stone looks amazing. And the crystals.
They're so beautiful.
Yes, that the moment you turn the corner and you see that glowing thing, that's so, it's
Like,
incredible.
The atmosphere in the crystal geode, it's like mystical. Yeah, they're so pretty. And we were thinking a lot about like what is the purpose for crystals in Minecraft? And one thing
The
is
stone in
like,
the background
they should
looked
have
different
a
too.
use, and we will talk more about one of the usages soon. But the other thing is a lot about just adding a lot to the experience of exploring. And we want them to be quite rare. So when you find them, it's really gonna be like magical, because they're.
I love when they add
beautiful,
rare
and, you know,
things.
when you
It's
walk
like-
on the crystals, you hear these sounds.
So nice.
Yeah, it's just, we talked before about the pillar of Underground of Marvel. And I feel they're just the perfect feature for that sort of pillar, right?
But you can't just take them with you.
Right, so you can break the crystal plant we saw in the video, but they actually grow from a very special block. And that block is unobtainable. It's sort of like you think
Oh, they
about
said there's an unobtainable
spawners,
block.
right? You cannot just take it and put it in your base. It makes you go and build farms all around your world.
The guy
And
literally said build
that
farms.
also encourages you to create tunnels between them and find out ways of transferring those items from place to place. And I just love those sort of features that really
I
encourage
feel like this is
other,
building up into
gameplay in the game.
minecarts.
As an explorer myself, I'm very excited about
You
finding
transfer,
all
because
of
he's like
these.
literally saying transport stuff from far
mentioned a
distances, from farms to one area.
usefulness to them.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So from those crystal plants, you get crystal shards items, and you can actually use them to craft a telescope.
Telescope? What are you gonna use a telescope for? I guess you don't need Optifine?
Wait. Let's go. We have Optifine. That's literally
Uh-oh.
Optifine. Except worse.
I guess more things to fill up your hotbar.
That is amazing.
It is. It's such a
Optifine plus telescope. Good point.
The cool thing is that, so yes, you use the crystal shards to craft them, but you also need something more, and that's also a new thing that we added.
Ooh, another use for them. Copper, new ore. Ooh.
at it. Didn't they say they didn't want to add stuff that was in mods?
That's very metallic-y.
So amazing. That's so
It's copper.
That actually looks really
That's amazing.
Yes, it's new
It's very
ore.
shiny.
And you saw the copper ore in the video, and a very interesting thing with the copper ore is that
Pretty
it
impossible
generates
to
in a
not-
different way.
not
So normal
anymore,
ores often
there's
generate
so
like
many.
an ore blob, but copper is different. So imagine that you are out mining and you see copper ore. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna mine the copper, and then you see some stone. It's like, they look a bit different. So you continue to mine, and then you find another copper ore, and you probably go like, okay, I think I found a copper vein. So
Ooh,
we're actually
copper
adding
vein.
ore veins to Minecraft, and like they really add so much to mining. It gets so interesting because it's kind of like following a trace when you mine, and they tie so well to the pillar we have about adding strategy to mining.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you've personally wanted copper in the game since you maybe before you started?
Yeah.
You mentioned it once or twice.
Well, maybe a few times. But yes, so I think I got inspired by the pretty copper roofs in Stockholm, and they are all green because we have so many like old buildings here, and we've actually added that mechanic to Minecraft as well. So you know, if you place a copper block, it will first be orange, but after a while, a pretty long time, it will turn green. And it's something, I think it's so cool, because it actually adds history to Minecraft.
That's really
for
interesting.
example, if you have a really old Minecraft world, then you
Electrical
can see
update
on, like, a
coming
house,
soon,
like,
says somebody.
the roof turned all green, and then you know that that house has
the
been there
copper
for a
roofs
really long
actually
time.
Does that mean people have to like change out their house? Oh my goodness. I can see people not liking this, but I guess just don't build with this material. Does it go? Oh yeah, it is going deeper. Yeah, it's going deeper, deeper shades.
Can you do like a timer with that? Like a random.
I bet it would. It probably would make updates to like observers. That is a cool color afterwards. That's a very
And copper won't
Bright
only be
color.
used for the telescope. You actually have another really cool thing that you'll be able to craft with it.
Yeah. So Jens talked a bit
Yeah, I like the
before
copper
about these design principles that we have in Minecraft, and one of them is that if something bad happens, the player either caused it or it has a way to sort of avoid it. And one of those exceptions, for example, is lightning striking. Now, some people like to build
Oh, they make a
wooden
lightning rod?
roofs in Minecraft. Some even build wall roofs.
Looking at me,
Might.
it's not at all like the grandest castle in my realm actually has a roof fully built of wool.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No,
but
we did get fires.
yeah, so to try to help the players with that, we are introducing the lightning rod.
Hey, lightning rod. Wow, people talked about lightning rod for like so long.
I mean, yeah, every new update, everyone's like, "Oh, it looks like a mod."
That's not showing very well. Hey, we're talking about how rain doesn't show up very well.
But this could increase.
There you go. You can see lightning.
That
hit
is
it.
very useful for all the wool roofs out
The
there.
raise your lightning farm is
I
useless.
think this is a problem that happened to a lot of our players. Even personally, I had this peaceful game that I played with my
I
partner.
wonder if that still
and
prevents
it wasn't
skeleton
peaceful,
horses
and we went
from
out and we were like
being
looking
produced.
at animals, collecting a few animals to our base, and we came back and our house was gone. And I was quite confused because I consider myself to be someone who knows a bit about Minecraft, and there are no creepers, there are no Endermen. So what happened? We figured that probably a lightning strike hit and burned down the house, and we were quite traumatized because we were not prepared for this. So I think this lightning rod is really going to help with that.
This will
Yeah,
be
now
nice.
you
We don't have to
worry
coat
about that
entire
problem
ceilings full of
I'm
glass
gonna
anymore.
place like lightning rods everywhere on my wool roof.
Good.
Will be perfect.
Now, you've introduced
I wonder
a
how far they
lot of
collect
things
lightning, too.
already, and players already have a lot of trouble with their inventory. and
Oh
the
my goodness,
amount of
inventory
items,
management.
But you have an idea for that.
Yes. So as you know, we keep adding new blocks and new items all the time, and that do create a bit of an inventory problem. And we're aware of that, and we have actually been thinking quite a lot how we can solve it, because we want to have like a good gameplay solution. We want it to be balanced, and we actually have an item in this update that will be really helpful, and it's the bundles.
Bundles.
It's like bundles. It's literally a backpack, isn't it? Oh wow. Literally only a stack, that's so useless.
That is weird.
That's so useless. Oh no, two. Oh wow. Oh no, that's not useless.
That is crazy.
Well, that's actually really good. They should have that.
It's very dynamic.
Really good. I assure you, there's a with this.
So how did he get this stuff out? He just like there's something that dropped out?
Bundles.
Yeah, this is awesome. It's such an elegant solution as well, and I love it. I think we spend a lot of time talking about the inventory problem, and I think one of the biggest takeaways there was that this is not
And you
actually
put bundles
one
in shulker
problem.
boxes, and then put
It's
shulker
constructed
boxes
from
in
a lot of
bundles.
sub-problems. For example, hotbar management is one problem. Getting a lot of blocks for your huge build somewhere, that's like something the shulkers help with. But
That's pretty
I think
cool that they're
there's
actually
a third
addressing,
sub-problems where every time you leave
inventory
your base
management.
to go exploring somewhere, your inventory keeps getting full of junk. Like this slot just has 2 flowers. This slot has just 1 seed, right? And I think the bundles are really going to help with that problem.
Yes.
So the bundles kind of
thing
like
with the bundle
accumulate all
is that
stacks.
you can place many different kinds of items in one bundle. So many different kinds of items in one inventory slot. So for example, I can take these 2 flowers and 1 seed and put them in one bundle. It's great.
And you can kind of use them like presents too.
Oh yes, I'm so excited about seeing what players do them in like shopping
Bundles
districts,
of
right? You can
shulkers,
have the
bundles.
bundle of the day, which has a bunch of things with it, or you can have secret bundles where you have 3 of them in a chest, but you get a random one. I think it's really going to be cool.
Yes, and for example, if your friend has a birthday, you can put like your pre-diced item in the bundle because it looks like a gift wrapper, and then you can give it to your friend.
That's so cool. We've talked so much today on the like really game design side, but how do you work on the art side?
We actually have a very close collaboration with the art team, and it's great.
Stored systems.
So my job is basically to get an abstract
So it looked like there was
idea
a
and
max
imagine
number.
how it would
Did
fit
it look
into
like
the
a stack?
Minecraft universe, and then start sketching it. So once my sketch is finished, I send everything to the 3D artist that it's gonna model it and animate it to make it alive.
My job is to bring sketches to life and make them move in 3D
Bundle
space.
can store up to
To
64
work with the
items.
game
That's
in
what it looked
such
like.
a
It looked like it was
special
trying to say
look, it's
like
amazing.
instead of
It's
having
a challenge, it's fun,
items
it's
cross on
sometimes
inventory,
frustrating,
it can all be
but,
in
it's
one.
very rewarding. I love it.
I'm in the blue side of the blocks, and usually when I create a block texture for a new rock type, it's gonna be a
Mashi,
lot,
thanks so much
right?
for coming in
I'm
with the
gonna
Twitch
make
Prime.
50
I appreciate
iterations
it.
of one block because I want to make
Get
it right.
access to the sub-server and all the
Every
other
block is
goodies.
like a building block
Thanks
for
the
people's
support.
imagination, right? So I try to like pour a lot of love in each block to make sure that people can create what they want.
So I think my favorite thing about the Minecraft look is that it's very unexpected.
If you guys haven't already joined our
very
Discord, make sure to do it.
unconventional,
Link
and
is there in
that's
the
where,
chat.
like, special
We're,
comes from.
we're in the voice call right now. You guys can hop into
game
the
art is special because it has such
the
a
one that says
unique
to
look
be moved in,
and
we'll
it's
move you
very
in.
restricted. It has to be 3D pixel art.
Can you put non-stackables
and we can only work
pickaxes in a
within those
bundle? Probably
boundaries. So
not.
we have to like think inside the box, but also outside the box.
Or maybe you can just put one in there.
I've been working on this exciting
Where's Jeb?
new
He was
mob.
on earlier.
This new mob will be the cutest predator ever existed in Minecraft.
This update is incredible. Like people have been waiting for this for so long, and we're finally gonna do it.
I hope that the community is really happy about it. I hope they have a lot of new stuff to play with, and I hope that they're excited to see some concepts as well.
It's so lovely when you can think about all of the different jobs within game development. I love seeing the artists and developers, and we all, like across the show, there's so many different types of roles that people have.
Yeah, and it's really awesome to interact with all those roles and have a lot of a back and forth. We're very open in Mojang and getting ideas from all over the place, and specifically working with the art team is amazing as well. You sort of throw one idea to the air and he draws something and you're like, oh, what is that white thing in your drawing? I didn't even think about it, and it starts so many awesome ideas going. And we even integrated into our prototype process, and actually I think until I saw those sketches by the art team, I didn't really understand what archaeology in Minecraft even means.
Archaeology?
Yes, so we're actually adding a new system called the archaeology system.
Wow. What the heck?
In this system, you're basically going to find these excavation sites all throughout your world. And you can make this new tool called the brush that is going to help you uncover the mysteries of all these dig sites. So you come to one of these ancient structures and you can sort of use the brush to clear away some of the rubble that may have collapsed in those structures. And sometimes you might even find something shiny inside them.
Like TNT would be faster.
And this is important. If you are not careful enough, like in real life, you can destroy that artifact.
Okay,
And
use
when that
TNT.
artifact is gone, that artifact and all the secrets it held are gone forever.
Oh, this looks really cool.
But if you're careful enough, if you take your time and you're deliberate, you can get some of those hidden artifacts. And for example, here we got a ceramic shard, which is basically how whoever lived here used to tell and pass on their stories.
I love the story side of the archaeology. Because we often talk about that we want to deepen the mystery in Minecraft. And when you find these hidden artifacts, you kind of find like connections.
I wonder if it's special
hints.
dirt that
And
you have to do
we
this
will
on.
never tell the full story, but these will inspire the players to
Why
tell
does
their
Emerald
own
block
stories
on one of these
about their
things?
own Minecraft worlds.
It's the most compact emerald block
I think
I've
it's
seen.
going to be really exciting to see what players do with them. For example, here we see an exhibition that someone built for this, where he can compare all the different clues he finds, right, and try to preserve whatever was down here, and he can compare what we found with whatever new thing, and sort of try to connect the pieces, right? And
Oh,
here
wow.
we see those pieces connected in a clay pot, actually trying to reconstruct them back. And you can create that wherever, however you like. You can create your own stories or try to guess how those pieces used to connect.
It's also so fun to be very creative with these new pots because you can put the shards in any way you want.
And then you can
Exactly, and when you're pleased with your creation, you can fire them up, and you have your own painted clay pot.
Pretty. So, Nir, is this programmer art still?
Yeah, the art we're seeing is still work in progress, but I personally like the dragon. I think it's cute.
It didn't say programmer art isn't pretty.
Yeah, you know, the problem is
New
the
strategy for
artists are really
speedrunning.
too good, right? They just make
Get your
us
brush
bad.
on, sir.
I don't know.
Look at emeralds.
Archaeology is amazing. I mean,
Innumerable
the
diamonds.
excavation
That'd
site
be
is so incredible.
I'm
It's all
so
based around the
excited about this.
structure.
I've spent a lot of time about it, and I actually got to do a lot of awesome conversations
too modded
with
for me to
actual
play.
archaeologists from all around the world, and it's been. Honestly, I sort of
Sub
feel
10.
like I got so passionate about it myself that their passion sort of stuck.
I think
to me,
archaeology
and it
fits
was
in
so
nicely with
amazing to learn
Minecraft.
more about this, and I'm
Just 'cause there is a lot of
excited to see where
history.
it goes from here.
And you have a dev
Okay, I'm gonna
diary
move some more
coming out
people
on
in.
our YouTube channel where you kind of explore all of the archaeology even more.
Yeah, it's honestly really exciting.
Is that-
So
it's
I
not
had so
modded?
much fun
Yeah.
with this, and I learned so much that I decided that it can't stop with me. So we're gonna do a dev diary when we're actually gonna talk to those archaeologists, and actually we might even get to visit some interesting locations.
That is amazing. Well, it feels very sad, but we're almost out of time. But we've been hinting at
I really
a
can't wait.
new mob like over the course of the show, like 3 or 4 times.
Something with
So
water.
are you gonna tell us about it
we
now,
got, like,
please?
Now we're gonna tell you. It's the cutest predator you will ever meet.
What? How you pronounce that? Axolotls? Oh my goodness. It's like a salamander. Wait, what do they call this? Mud puppies? It says the predator. I'm kind of scared.
I feel like there's only one sound I can make after seeing that, which is
an
like
awesome item name.
Cute.
So adorable. The axolotls.
How did you decide on axolotls?
So, when we add a new mob to Minecraft, we really wanted to have like its own unique character. We wanted to have purpose. And it's also a very good thing if it happens to be ugly cute. And the axolotl is perfect. It has all of these things. well, I guess on the ugly cuteness, it might be quite a big emphasis on the cute side, but still. And we actually had a brainstorm in the team. So we were like, okay, we're gonna add goats, but we want to add another animal. And then one of
Maybe
the
they eat
developers posted like a big
fish?
picture of an axolotl.
They did call it a hostile mob, didn't they?
Yes, this right
Perfect.
now.
It's like the definition of ugly cute. It's like made for Minecraft.
Carry it around.
And then we also found out that the
Interesting
axolotls are
drops
endangered
possibility.
in the real world, and we think
Oh, yeah, I'm making
it's,
an aquarium.
it's good to add endangered animals to Minecraft.
Oh, it's
to
endangered
create
animals.
awareness around that. So that's also a good thing.
Like with the bees.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's good
like
to
with the
take
bees
an
last year,
endangered
for example.
Animal in a bucket and take it to your
Yeah,
house.
so the axolotls, as you saw in the video, they live in the lush caves and they really add a lot of life to the lush caves. And there's also a bucket of axolotl.
I didn't think it could get cuter,
I know.
but
That
and
is just
yellow.
so cute. I don't know how to handle it, but it's so cute. So when you're walking around in the lush caves and you see some axolotls, then you can actually scoop them up in your bucket and take them with you.
Axolotls.
So
That's
maybe
a
you build
tongue
like a
twister.
pretty aquarium for them in your base, or maybe you bring them to your ocean adventure.
Throw them out in the ocean. Looks like they're working. So, tame. Oh yeah,
Oh, so it's like
fighting.
dogs
and now I see
underwater.
why you're calling them the cutest predator you'll
Oh,
ever
predator.
meet.
Exactly.
very useful
So
because
when you scoop
nothing
them up in a
underwater, that's
bucket,
very
you
hard
can
to
actually
tell. Unless they
create
add
your
something
own
underwater, that's very hard to tell.
axolotl army, basically, and charge into the oceans with them, and they will help you fight various. Well, they'll attack cute fish as well, but they'll help you fight the drowns and the guardians, and they're actually quite useful when fighting guardians because they have this special ability that
you do like
whenever they take damage, they sort
guardian
of
farm
play
with these
dead.
guys?
And when they're playing dead, no mob will actually attack them. So they have this time to regen back help and then jump back into the fight together with you. And if you learn how to cooperate with them really well, they might even heal you during the battle.
That is so cool. But okay, so you added these two mobs that are like as
They don't look
different
that
as
rare, too.
possible
You
with
can
the
get, like,
warden and the
rare.
axolotl.
Yes. So this update is actually a lot about contrast, which is great because it creates
Minecraft,
like
there
a
are bugs in every
dramatic
update.
player experience, which is so good. So we're like updating the highest heights of
Love
Minecraft with the mountains. We're updating like the deepest of the caves. We had this terrifying warden, the cutest axolotl, and also in the caves, like the lush caves are very light
they
and
gonna tell
welcoming,
us
and
that?
then the deep dark is like super scary and challenging.
I guess
Lots
we
of
can't
fun.
forget our little goat in there.
Aw.
It's kind of the in-between.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget the goat. I guess it's in between. It is still very cute, but
Literally every
in
single
between.
Discord
No
I'm
one
in
can be
is
as cute
spamming
as
about
axolotl.
No, I don't think so. Before we tell everyone the winner of the mob vote, let's take a look back at some of the exciting things that we've talked about today.
Because no one knows what the winner of the mod vote is. Yeah, that guy looks easy. Will this update be better than 1.9?
Are they gonna improve server? Are they gonna improve in server optimization?
Yeah. Power is amazing. The roofs. Yeah, that's what I said. But also, more Bedrock API. Just gonna like completely forget about what they said about archaeology.
Before we get to our mob vote, I think there's one more question people are really gonna want to
Great copper
know.
block.
When are we gonna get the
Rust.
the
Maybe.
caves and the cliffs update?
It's a good question. So we plan to release it summer 2021, and this
2021.
actually is really good. As I mentioned in the beginning of the show, we really want to have a lot of time to work together with the community to like gather feedback, see all the great ideas, because the community always have so many good ideas. So it feels
They're
good
definitely
that we
looking
now
for
have
community
a lot of time
feedback.
to actually work together on this update.
Amazing. And the community decided on a new mob that will enter the game. So which one of you gets to do the honors today?
I think
Jesus,
Tiny
almost
Agnes
3/4 of a
mean this
million
year, so I think you should open
votes
it.
on that
You
one.
should announce the winner. Yes.
Can I look first?
You're gonna know before everyone else.
Like you saw that room with the barrel.
It's the glow squid!
No, the glow squid made it.
Wow.
It better be very cool glow squid.
I guess everyone was mesmerized by the glow squid, not just the tiny ones.
No,
I
wow.
was really not expecting that. That is so awesome.
Yes, like I didn't expect it at all, but it's great. And glow squids will look so cool in the caves. Like
Exactly.
the atmosphere.
They fit this update so well.
Like it will be. Imagine it's just all dark in the caves, and then you see the glow squids swimming around. It will be so good.
Beautiful. Can they be friends with the axolotls?
The axolotls are predators, so I'm not sure.
The axolotls might actually attack the glow squid.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
We'll see. I'll talk to them.
Think about it.
Yes.
We have committed to a lot of things, so I think we need to get work on
to go
all
to
of the things that we've shown in the show. For all of you watching, Minecraft wouldn't be what it is today without all of you. From all of us at Mojang Studios, thank you so much.
Wow.
Bye.
That was pretty crazy. They did offer a lot. Like I said, they try to offer a little bit for everybody. Redstone, you know, other stuff. So I think they're gonna repeat the stream.
and the what's it called? The caves that are.
Would Isolator be the shulker one-time spawning? I guess that is true.
Is it over?
Yeah, usually they replay it.
Wait, what happened to the? Didn't say anything about cliffs.
Video on demand will be available shortly. Did they ever stream it on Twitch? Oh yeah, they really didn't talk about the cliffs too much.
No,
They-
they did say a bit.
Yeah, a
They
little
added
bit.
like the traps now.
They didn't say.
Well, that was the snow your snow.
All the rest is go. They just said goes.
No, they said traps now.
Yeah, the trap snow, but that's not related to the cliffs. I think that is actually it dead. Oh, that was interesting. Can I actually go back in time?
They left us.
Let's go to the time where we talked about
They left us with
the
too
redstone
much.
stuff.
Too many. They left us with more questions.
That
than
we get
started
naturally generated waterfalls.
Yeah, it's
which
the
is
modded
so
update.
pretty.
Let's go.
And it also can.
Okay, let's go to the.
It'll be easy to.
Yeah, probably like half a year, I'd say. Well, I'm gonna be playing all the snapshots.
So there was
The dirt will be out at the summer
fruit
2021.
tree,
Mini trees.
mini glow tree. Right? Wasn't the or what? Maybe it's these fruit that put off the light. It's something to put off the light.
Yeah, then
It's so beautiful. It doesn't feel cave-like.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to make sure that, of course, in Minecraft, all the original caves, you know,
just,
they're
like,
pretty much the
missed half
same.
the
There's
stuff
not
in
much
the
variation in terms of vegetation or different features
I
inside of
literally
it.
missed
So for
it.
this, we wanted
Bedrock
something which
mod.
is a bit more like light and lush and actually has vegetation. And I mean, I think it looks amazing.
It's gorgeous. What was the inspiration
I
behind
mean,
it?
for Bedrock modders,
So,
I'm not paying $5.
We were
for a
thinking
map
about,
that
okay,
took
how should it
someone, like,
feel when you're in a lush cave? And we wanted to be like, so you feel like very tiny inside like a big garden or big forest. So like when you look up, it's actually like vegetation above you, it's vegetation
the
around
archaeology
you.
thing, like,
And
threw-
one source
threw
of
everyone off,
inspiration
like,
we
no
had
one
is
was
actually a
expecting
Swedish painter called Jon Bauer. Because in his paintings, it's always, or often at least, like a tiny character, and then it's like huge forest, and you see like the bottom of the trees because the vegetation is like so big.
No,
compared
I
to the
think they will
character.
remove
You're
most
adding
of the dupes.
so many new plants in the lush caves.
Yes, so I don't know if
No,
you
they
saw,
won't.
but there was this
I mean,
new
that would
tree
be
that was
so
actually
stupid.
above on the overworld, and this is called an azalea tree.
Yeah.
So it's a unique type of tree that it'll be easy to spot for players, and if you actually find this and start going down its roots, you will find a lush cave there. So this is another part of adding strategy to mining, where you know there are certain landmarks which will allow you to understand.
Actually, I want to see that picture again now that we can stop it.
And another one
Hype,
of
I
the new
missed all
blocks
of it.
is a block called
Yo
Spore
yo!
Blossom.
Thank you so much
It's
for
the-
coming
you
in
maybe saw it
with
in video.
the
It's a
Twitch
big
Prime.
pink
I will be
flower
doing a
that
video
you find
covering
in
all the
Lush
changes and what I
Cave,
think about them.
and it will drip particles from that flower, but it will also actually feel like
I want to see this part again.
painter called John Bauer, because in his paintings it's always, or often at least, like a tiny character, and then
I mean, I think that might
character.
just be
I don't know if you saw, but there was this new tree that was actually above on the overworld.
The new tree above.
The new archaeology thing would be amazing for building as well, because you can do so many. It's like snow layers, except for like.
My favorite thing for building in this is all the different grasses.
There is there's like a little fruit tree.
I think that will only be like dirt and gravel. That thing.
Oh, it says azaleas tree.
World, and this is called an azalea tree.
The azaleas tree is above. You can see all the other stuff that's there.
What happens to the blocks which you do that to? Like, do they lead redstone and stuff? I wonder.
Okay. Can't wait for glow squids.
And then there's the dripping leaf plant.
Triple leaf.
Dripping leaf plant. Huh.
Snapshots coming out.
Glowing berries. Oh, that's what it's glowing. The berries are glowing.
More particles to make your world laggy.
Glowing berries. Type of vine. That was producing all the light. That was pretty cool. Then there was the spores, which is the flowering plant.
I don't see tech servers not updating.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, wireless redstone and stuff. So abusable.
Redstone stuff, right?
When are they gonna move to 2 dot? Like, why are they still on 1.17?
Oh, the world will be so more laggy though. With all of that.
Spore blossom, and then it opens
Release
up
it
and
too, that causes
produces
so many problems for old worlds.
particles. Oh, okay. They can be
Yeah, one day we'll
moved.
have like 1.37 or whatever.
That looks pretty cool. There's some like kind of images of what it possibly look like.
So it's a unique type of tree that it'll be easy to
Minecraft
spot
2
for
comes
players.
out.
And if you actually find this and start going down its roots, you will find a lush cave there. So this is another part of adding strategy to mining, where you know there are certain landmarks which will allow you to understand what you're doing in the game.
Let's look at the.
Just can't understand people voting for Squid. So useless.
Man, Rock, thanks so much for coming to Twitch Prime.
Yeah, so as you can see here, I mean, this is
Really appreciate
drastically
it.
different to what caves used to look like.
Oh, I
And
see
there's
the ores, they
definitely
just brighten up a
still
little
the old
bit.
style of caves, but we wanted to make sure that there was much more variety in the
Yeah.
sort of caves and the shapes and the sizes you could get.
Or
And
dimension.
even here, you
Cave.
can see that there's some water underground.
Yes, so we actually added something we
I thought that was
call
actually
local water
ore
wells.
that was
So
different.
in
I'm trying
one
to see it
cave you
bright.
might
I mean,
find
it's
a
fun for
cave lake, and
normal
another
players,
you
doesn't add
might not
anything
have
to
that
us.
one. And this also means that we get
Or
naturally
you to mine
generated
the
waterfalls, which is so pretty. And it also kind of gives like new ways to traverse the underground. You can actually go cave rafting.
I
so
mean,
you'll see in a
the
bit
wireless
that,
stuff is cool.
Our player here
But-
will actually use a boat to raft,
Mhm.
and that is
Cave
just
rafting
such
is
an
pretty cool.
exciting opportunity to be able to traverse the caves in a very different way than you used to.
Robo, listen, they will
we
never
were
add something for
rafting,
tech
and then
players. Like
one of
that
the
will
guys
never
like,
happen. We are.
Look at this, it's so fun, and all of us just started to go with the boat on the waterfall. It
Oh yeah,
was
it's
a
just the
lot of
ores
fun.
that were glowing for some reason.
So another thing to note here is that you could see that a lot of the ores were actually glowing. This is just for preview purposes. Ores aren't going to glow now. It's just that the caves tend to be quite dark, and we want to make sure that players can see the shapes of the cave.
Now, will that only be for the like normal
Robo,
caves, or will
everyone-
this run across all of the new
players are
cave
never there.
biomes?
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
really cool
cave
thing
update's
is
pretty
that,
big.
like the new cave
I mean, the
shapes
thing
and
is, the
sizes
caves are
is
what everyone
completely
needs. Because
independent
caves are,
from the
like,
new biomes.
honestly, they're really
So
boring
that means
right
that
now.
there's so
That's
much
why people
variation.
quit.
Because, for example, a lush cave can, for example, generate in a super narrow tunnel, but it can also generate
Most
in,
people
like, a
still play
huge
in like
cavern,
servers
and that creates
like
completely
Hypixel.
different
Like that's the
atmospheres, but
biggest.
still the same
That's
biome.
where
So
majority
we,
of the
yeah,
Minecraft
we're really
community
gonna
are.
have lots of variation on the ground now.
You've been calling two of the different cave types spaghetti and Swiss cheese. Like that's how varied
Well,
the
it makes it more
is.
interesting
Yes,
for the
I mean, there are
average
so
player.
many
'cause
Yeah,
most
different
I mean, it
people are
variables
does.
with how the
spending years on
variation
cave.
works, and I mean, it has even more variation than the overworld itself. It's just crazy.
It's a
They
lot.
said there's
Yeah.
gonna be more variation in the caves and in the overworld itself. That's pretty crazy.
Some have really cool pillars, and some are more like flat. some
No,
are
it won't
tall.
because it will
Lots of
expose so much
variation.
more
Very
lava
nice.
and
you have
water
another
and make so much
another
more
new cave
obsidian.
biome to
Like,
show us.
it will be a pain
Yes,
to
so
make
we have the
printers.
Dripstone Caves biome. And whenever I think about the idea of
Yeah,
a
also
cave
by hand.
update, the image of
Pain.
stalagmites and stalactites comes into my head. But adding these are pretty difficult. You know, it's a very unique shape that Minecraft isn't really accustomed to. But I think the way that the artist put it into Minecraft works quite well. And of course, there's some mechanics surrounding this, so you can
And that
see
wouldn't
that
be a
someone
cave
destroys a
update, that'd
block
be a
up the
cave
top, and so
downgrade.
the dripstone fell down. And
That'd be
also,
a cave
unfortunately, for the
downgrade,
zombie
then.
here,
It's
if
the
you
mine
fall on
around
these
you
dripstones, you
Like,
will get hurt.
Poor zombie.
There's another interesting mechanic in the dripstone caves.
with the printer
Yes, so
add-on.
maybe you saw in the video
you
that,
can-
like from the stalactites, you could
it's so
see that it was
overpowered.
like dripping water.
And you can use
So actually, if you
block
put a
reach
cauldron
and, like,
under
mine
a
everything around you.
stalactite, it will fill up with water. So it's renewable water.
Hmm.
And how do you remember which is stalactites and stalagmites?
Well, that's a very good question. It has been very tricky to remember that, but I think I learned.
Oh,
So,
is it venom?
We actually, yeah, it's hold on tight.
Yeah, I hope they come up with a new way
stalactite.
to like take water out of cauldrons,
It's
other
like
than
stalactite
water
is
bubbles.
in the roof, and stalagmite is on the floor.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We've been
Skyblock
practicing
item.
that. All of us.
Yeah, for a long time, like even.
And you have something really amazing in this update for the sort of redstone engineers
Here's
out
the
there.
redstone part.
Yes, so we've actually been thinking about this redstone block that lives in the deep dark, a new biome at the deepest depths
living
of the
block.
world. We're not going to talk about this biome too much today, but we are going to show some of the blocks and maybe later a mob that comes from it. So if we look at the video, we can actually see that it's basically this growth, and this is called the skulk blocks. And one of the blocks is called the skulk sensor. This is the new redstone block. As you can see, when you place or destroy a block, or if you have footsteps, it'll actually detect the vibrations around and then emit a redstone signal. So this is going to be very interesting for redstone players. We even have a mechanic around it where you can actually use wool with wool occlusion to essentially prevent signals from being able to get into the skulk sensor.
The part that I don't
let's
quite get there is like, how does it know? When does the game know to actually make
It'll actually
senses
you could see
or make
one
like?
of the
Is it just if it's within range? It does
basically this growth, and
Or
this
is it
called
only if
the
it's on top of the
skulk
growth?
blocks. And one of the blocks is called the skulk sensor. This is the new redstone block. As you can see, when you place or destroy a block,
Looks like it
or
only
if
goes
you
maybe
have
5 blocks at the
footsteps,
most.
It'll actually detect the vibrations around sensor. This is the new redstone block. As you can see, when you place or destroy a block, or if you have footsteps, it'll actually detect the vibrations
that's really
around and then
interesting.
emit a redstone signal. So this is going to be very interesting for redstone players. Wool occlusion
You're talking
to
about the
skulk
wool.
actually activate between the put wool.
They also showed the image of it like stacking upwards.
That we get wireless redstone
That's
thanks to
that looks like
the
just within
skulk
range,
sensor.
kind of.
Yes.
So and
Maybe
we didn't
6
even plan
blocks.
to add it, but then when we started
Maybe a little
playtesting,
more,
like
7
wait,
blocks.
we got wireless redstone, and that's
Cubed
so
area.
exciting. And
Bluetooth
well, you can
redstone.
just build so many cool things with that. It's gonna be exciting to see what the community will build.
It looks good
Yeah,
for
you're
short
really
term, but
looking
maybe
for
not
community
long term.
feedback to make sure this
or far
like
distances.
feels great for everyone.
Absolutely. I think because this is such a unique mechanic, we really want to make sure that we get it right. And, you know, we love the redstone community and we want to make sure that we do it.
So here is it in use. So placing block, whoops, bump mic. Placing block there actually detected it. But maybe it only checks in a range. And the lighting effect I don't really get.
Now the warden's like messing up the light. Okay, what do you think is gonna be in there? You think that's where you find the brush?
And he probably has a detection range too. Footsteps also detect. That's true. He looks big, but I think he's a lot smaller than what he looks. Okay, hold on. What was that there?
That's what?
So there's like nothing. Like in that example, there's no special biome or anything that we could tell of unless this stone is special. Maybe he just detects anything that happens. Yeah, I think he's 3 blocks tall, but I don't think he's as wide as he looks here. Downways. I'm just saying, is the game going to constantly be doing these checks?
He's around.
Now the player's bouncing around. It was like an animation. Looks like it can detect pretty far away. What the heck? Dang. That looked pretty tough.
But like the guy's not even sprinting in the video.
Yeah, it didn't like the mob was like super attacking. So these things must just detect anything that happens in such like maybe 6 by, oh well, it might be like 12 by 12 by 12 or something. No enchantments, that's true. Candles. There's dark candles and white candles. Then the light starts to dim. I don't think the light actually physically dims. I think it's just around the player. I don't think like this light's not actually changing. There's something over there. Kind of scary. I'm guessing he's going to like the last place he makes a noise. He got really close to that block there. Now the player's just walking, making a lot of noise. Look how he kind of goes right through these blocks. He falls down in that hole there, which is a 1 by 1 hole, right? I think he's actually 1 by 1. And he's like 3 blocks tall. He's doing some kind of like special effect. This hole here is 1 block wide. Let's see if he goes through it. Yeah, he goes right through that 1 block wide. So he can make it pretty easily through there. He definitely could be 3 blocks tall. Like, he seems like he's moving fast, but then again, I think that is faster than like a zombie. It might be like the sprinting speed of like mobs in Minecraft can sprint. Like Enderman charging. That's pretty crazy. What was the other things they showed? I think they went on to talk about some other stuff. Or I think it was towards the end of the show some more stuff. Oh, the copper thing. That was towards the end, wasn't it? I want to look at this. Here there's like two different types. Like it's spreading, I guess. Bulk sensor. So it looks like it spreads. Again, looks like it looks like it's spreading on grass. Kind of scary. And then there's also this block here, which we don't really know much about. There's actually 4 blocks shown here. They're new. And they show different uses. It seems like if anything kind of happens in that area. I mean, I could definitely see a whole bunch of these like being used in a chain and just creating a massive amount of lag. Like, just like this. Where,
and as you can see
yeah,
here, I walked next
creates
to
a
the
clock.
stock sensor, and it's actually kind of doing an infinite loop where the piston is causing a vibration.
Like infinite loop, that could be pretty bad if it's infinite loop. What do you think about the archaeology? I think that's cool. It's gonna be like kind of a small thing. I don't think it's gonna be that big in the game. And then they went on to show us copper. Is it here that they showed it? Oh yeah, first they saw the crystals. Okay. I always want to say Ignitus. Amethyst. So that's what they call those. Amethyst geodes? Huh. I guess they're not like quite like a gem. Amethyst geodes. Then they talk a little bit about them too. So they said this block here produces them, but it can't be moved. It's unobtainable. Welcome to Modded Vanilla. Is that like every update?
They're so beautiful.
Yes, that the moment you turn the corner and you see that glowing thing, that's so,
Yeah.
it's
Like,
incredible.
The atmosphere in the crystal geode, it's like mystical. Yeah, they're so pretty. And we were thinking a lot about like what is the purpose for crystals in Minecraft? And one thing is like they should have a use, and we will talk more about one of the usages soon. But the other thing is a lot about just adding a lot to the experience of
Oh
exploring.
yeah, they're supposed to be really rare.
And we want them to be quite rare. So when you find them, it's really gonna be like magical, because they're just beautiful. And you know, when you walk on the crystals, you hear
I
the
think that's cool. I think if they do add
it's just,
small
we talked
things
before about
in
the pillar
Minecraft,
of underground
make it
of Marvel.
magical.
I feel they're just the perfect feature for that sort of pillar, right?
But you can't just take them with you.
Right, so you can break the crystal plant we saw in the video, but
call it
they
crystal
actually
plant.
grow from a very special block. And that block is unobtainable. It's sort of like you think about spawners, right? You cannot just take it and put it in your base. makes you go and build farms all around your world, and that also encourages you to create tunnels between them and find out ways of transferring those items from place to place. And I just love those sort of features that really encourage other gameplay in the game.
As an explorer myself, I'm very excited about finding all of these. And you mentioned a usefulness to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So from those crystal plants, you get crystal shards items, and you can actually use them to craft a telescope.
So crystal shards make a telescope. Which is like Optifine.
That is amazing.
It is. It's such a useful item. Super cool. And the cool thing is that, so yes, you use the crystal shards to craft them, but you also need something more, and that's also a new thing that we added.
They did talk about veins, like new veins for ores.
It's copper.
That's amazing.
Yes, it's new ore. And you saw the copper ore in the video, and a very interesting thing with the copper ore is that it generates in a different way. So normal ores often generate like an ore
I think they show the
blob,
blocks,
but
stairs,
copper
slabs.
is different.
Do they also
so
show
imagine that you are out mining
walls?
and you see copper ore. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna mine the copper, and then you see some
Do they-
stone. It's like,
like there, yeah, you
they
see
look a bit different.
slabs
So you
and-
continue to mine, and then you find another copper ore, and you probably go like, okay,
I think later on they also
I
showed
think I
some.
found a copper vein. So we're actually adding ore veins to Minecraft.
I think in this one they showed
and
it.
like they really add so much to mining. It gets so interesting because
Says we're
it's
gonna
kinda
add
like
ore
following
veins to
the
Minecraft,
trace
so it makes it
when
sound
you
like
mine,
new type.
and they tie so well to the pillar we have about adding strategy to mining.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you've personally wanted copper in the game since you maybe before you started?
Yeah, you mentioned it once or
We're gonna add
twice.
strategy in mining, so it won't be just like a clean cut
But
straight.
Yes, so I think I
straight
got
mining.
inspired by the pretty copper roofs in Stockholm, and they are all green because we have so many like old buildings here, and we've actually added that mechanic
The
to
copper
Minecraft
ages
as
over
well.
time.
So, you know, if you place a copper block, it will first be orange, but after a while, a pretty long time, it will turn green, and it's something. I think it's so cool because it actually adds history to Minecraft, and you can see for a really long.
Let's look at that. So it looks like one stage happened this, 2 stages, 3 stages. So 4 in total, looks like. One, 2, 3,
And
then
copper won't only be
4.
used for the telescope. You actually have another really cool thing that you'll be able to craft with it.
Yeah.
That's the lightning rod.
Jens talked a bit before about these design principles that we have in Coast. Try to
Okay, in that inventory they just show the slabs, the stairs, the block. I don't see no walls. The lightning rod. Oh, cool. So was any lightning missing building at all? Skeleton horse farm? Yeah, I don't know if they'll stop skeleton horses or not. It looks like I don't see any lightning anywhere else. Well, I mean, some that's off screen somewhere. I think
That
it pulls
is
it
very
from pretty
useful for
far.
all the wool roofs out there.
Yeah, I think this is a problem that happened to a lot of our players. Even personally, I had this peaceful game that I was collecting a few animals to our base, and we came back, and our house was gone. And I was quite confused, because I couldn't flowers. This lot has just 1 seed.
This is where they talk about the
junk. Like
bundles.
this lot just has 2 flowers. This lot has just 1 seed, right? And I think the bundles are really gonna.
Oh wait, I'm missing some of it. He gives them bundles. And he looks at his bundle, there's nothing in it. So he has 2 stacks. Okay. It holds 64. And he tries to click on something else. Oh wait, how did he get rid of that? He puts that in there. And he clicks or something? Click. He clicks it, like moves to hotbar or inventory. Shift click maybe? Oh yeah, it would make sense, shift click. Then again, you think that shift click would move it down into your inventory, the whole thing. Right click would split in half. It might be right click. Shift click, when shift click move it right into your inventory, your hotbar. Control click. Oh, control click. That could be another one. Drag and drop. He didn't drag and drop. If you watch it, he hovers over and does something, and it goes straight in there. Does half a stack of that, half a stack of that. It works just fine. There's a lot of stuff in there.
Bundles.
Yeah, this is awesome. It's such an elegant solution as well, and I love it. I think we spend a lot of
Left
time
click would pick it
talking
up
about the
though.
inventory problem,
So it could
and
be
I
left
think
click.
one of the biggest takeaways there was that this is not actually one problem. It's constructed from a lot of sub problems. For example, hotbar management is one problem.
Yeah, hotbar management.
Getting a lot of blocks for your huge build somewhere, that's like something the shulkers help with. But I think there is a third
Right click
sub-problem
would
where
could
every
be
time
right
you
click.
leave your base to go explore,
Usually has to cut stuff in half.
your inventory keeps getting full of
One
junk.
stack and
Like,
bundles,
this
yeah.
lot just has 2
Were the
flowers.
bundles different
This
sizes?
lot
No,
has
I don't
just
think
1
so. They're all the
seed,
same.
right? And I think the bundles are really going to help with that problem.
Yes. So the thing with the bundle is that you can place many different kinds of items in one bundle. So many different kinds of items in one inventory slot. So for
Many
example, I can
types
take these
in
2
one.
flowers and 1 seed and put them in
That's
one
a lot of
bundle.
variety right there.
It's great.
And you can kind of
And
use
the
them
illustration
like presents
too.
too.
Oh yes, I'm so excited about seeing what players do them in like shopping district, right? You can have the bundle of the day, which has a bunch of things with it, or you can have secret bundles where you have 3 of them in
Put like your
a random one. I think it's really good.
bundle because it looks like a gift.
Today on the like really game design side, but how do you work on the art side?
We actually have a very close
This is where
collaboration
they're
with
talking
our
about
team,
the art.
and it's great.
So my job is basically to get an abstract.
This is
You're
archaeology.
basically gonna find the
I think it's Olruff that's in all these
in this system,
images.
You're basically gonna find these excavation sites all throughout your world, and you can make this
Archaeology.
new tool called the brush that is gonna throughout your world.
Archaeological. Oh, archaeological. I guess I could just turn that off so I can read this. It's called archaeological excavation. That's the official name that they gave to it. Kind of cool. Excavations. Huh. Okay.
And you can make
There's different
this
types
new
of brushes,
tool
too.
called the brush that is gonna help you uncover the mysteries of all these dig sites. So you come to one of these ancient structures and you can sort of use the brush to clear away some of the rubble that may have collapsed in those structures. And sometimes you might even find something shiny inside them. But clear away some of the rubble that may have collapsed in those structures. And sometimes you might even find something shiny inside them. But, and this is important, if you are not careful enough, like in real life, you can destroy that artifact. And when that artifact is gone, that artifact and all the secrets it held are gone forever. But if
So it doesn't sound
you're
like it's renewable
careful enough,
diamonds.
if you take your time and you're deliberate, you can get some of those hidden artifacts. And for example, here we got a ceramic shard, which is basically how whoever lived here used to tell and pass on their stories.
I love the story sides of the archaeology, because we often talk about that we want to deepen the mystery in Minecraft, and when you find these hidden artifacts, you kind of find like connections and hints, and we will never tell the full story, but these will inspire the players to tell their own stories about their own Minecraft world.
It must be special dirt or
Exactly,
something. It
and
looks very similar.
I think
but
it's going to be really exciting
it's
to see what
only
players
at the
do with them.
structures.
For example, here we see an exhibition that someone built for this, where he can compare all the different clues he finds, right, and try to preserve whatever was down here, and he can compare what we found.
It
with
looks like
whatever,
there's something there,
new
but
thing,
it
and
doesn't
sort
look
of
like
try
a
to
very
connect the
distinct
pieces,
structure.
right? And here we see those pieces connected in a clay pot, actually trying to reconstruct them back. And you can create that however you like. You can create your own stories or try to guess how those pieces used to connect.
Yeah. It's also so fun to be very creative with these new pots, because you can put the shards in any way you want.
Exactly, and when you're pleased with your creation, you can fire them up, and you have your own painted clay pot.
Pretty. So, Nir, is this programmer art still?
Yeah, the art we're seeing is still work in progress, but I personally like the dragon. I think it's cute.
Yeah, it didn't say programmer art isn't pretty.
Yeah, you know, the problem
Well,
is the artists
most
are
doubtful
way
part
too
in
good.
this.
Right? They just make us look bad.
I use campfires. That's true, but it probably takes some
Archaeology
really
is
high
amazing.
heat.
I mean,
like
the
real life,
excavation
clay.
site is so incredible.
I'm so excited about this. I've spent a lot of time about it, and I actually got to do a lot of awesome conversations with actual archaeologists from all around the world, and it's been, honestly, I sort of feel like I got so passionate about it myself that their passion sort of stuck to me, and it was so amazing to learn more about this, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here.
And you have a
Nobody will
dev
use it.
diary coming
I don't know,
out on
that
our
clay pot
YouTube
looks like it has
channel
some
where you
unique,
kind of explore all of the archaeology even more.
like
Yeah, it's
what do you call it?
honestly
Collision
really,
boxes?
really exciting. So I had so much fun with this, and I learned so much that I decided that it can't stop with me. So we're gonna do a dev diary when we're actually gonna talk to those archaeologists, and actually we might even get to visit some interesting locations.
That is amazing. Well, it feels
And for the
very
entity moving
sad,
pistons,
but we're almost
or
out
tall
of
entity moving
time.
pistons.
But we've been hinting at
Maybe the next update.
a new mob, like over the course of the show, like 3 or 4 times. So are you going to tell us about it now,
Yes,
please?
now we're gonna tell you. It's the cutest predator you will ever meet.
You just predator. What's this bubble effect he has over here, top right? What is that? Water breathing? I think that's water breathing, right? It's water breathing. Okay. You can see like the new lily pads, the new vines, the new caves. There's like grass. But the grass is like. Is that? Do you think that's a special texture? Because I'm pretty sure this is stone, so it might be retextured. Like all this might be retextured. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna add this much new blocks. Like this would be sand, probably, right? Because this is like grass that's on all sides. This is granite. This is diorite layer maybe. But this is how the diorite looks, is it? And grass, something like that. Is this what stone looks like? Oh, this. For some reason, it looks a little bit different. Clay. Clay is not that smooth, is it? He has poisonous potatoes. Like this looks like just like grass, I think. Clay? Could be clay. More blocks equals better. Yeah, I'm just not sure if it's actually... I mean, is that the texture of stone? Kind of looks like it. You can see they still haven't got an official name for this yet. And they breed with poisonous potatoes. Poisonous potatoes are poisonous.
I feel like there's only one sound I can make after seeing that, which is like...
It's so cute.
It's so adorable. The axolotls.
How did you decide on axolotls?
So, when we add a new mob to Minecraft, we really wanted to have like its own unique character. We wanted to have purpose. And it's also a very good thing if it happens to be ugly cute. And the axolotl is perfect. It has all of these things. Well, I guess on the ugly cuteness, it might be quite a big emphasis on the cute side. Go. Big picture.
They got another
it's around that.
show of it.
Around, maybe.
So these all look the same. These blocks all look correct. They show them fighting. Sin, thank you so much for coming in with
And
the
now I
Twitch
see why
Prime.
you're calling them the cutest predator you'll ever meet.
Exactly. So
I appreciate
when
the
you
support.
scoop them up in a bucket, you
pronounce
can
your whole
actually
name.
create
Sin-
your own axolotl army,
Tell it.
basically,
Int-
and
Intellect?
charge into the oceans with them, and they will help you fight various. Well,
you
they'll
very
attack
much.
cute fish as
Access
well, but
to
they'll
the
help you fight
sub-server?
the drowns and the
Well, they pretty much fight
guardians,
anything that's
and
in the water.
They're actually
I
quite
like.
useful when fighting guardians because they have this special ability that whenever they take damage, they sort of play dead. And when they're playing dead, no mob will actually attack them. So they have this time to regen back, help, and then jump back into the fight together with you. And if you learn how to cooperate with them really well, they might even heal you during the battle.
That's
That
pretty
is
cool.
so cool. But okay, so you added these two mobs that are like as different as possible with the warden and the axolotl.
Yes. So this update is actually a lot about contrast, which is great because it creates like a dramatic player experience, which is so good. So we're like updating the highest highs of Minecraft with the mountains. We're updating like the deepest of the caves. We have this terrifying warden, the cutest
That's pretty
axolotl,
cool.
and also in the caves, like the lush caves are very light and welcoming, and then the deep dark is like super scary and challenging.
I guess we
Lots of
can't forget our little goat in there.
Oh.
It's kind of the in-between.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget the goat. I guess it's in between. It is still very cute, but in between. No one can be as cute as the axolotl.
No, I don't think so. Before we tell everyone the winner of the mob vote, let's take a look back at some of the exciting things that we've talked about today.
Oh, here's kind of like a recap. Thanks for 200 bennies, 1 kidney.
Hey there, Ray. You may not get enough credit, but you're a genius when it comes to farms.
Thanks so much, man.
Hope you have a
Thanks
good
for-
one.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. It was a lot of fun to watch us on stream.
Before we get to our mob vote, I think there's one more question people are really gonna want to know. when are we going to get the Caves and the Cliffs update?
It's a good question. So we plan to release it summer 2021. And this actually is really good. As I mentioned in the beginning of the show, we really want to have a lot of time to work together with the community to like gather feedback, see all the great ideas, because the community always have so many good ideas. So it feels good that we now have a lot of time to actually work together on this update.
Amazing. And the community decided on a new mob that will enter the game. So which one of you gets to do the honors today?
I think
it was pretty cool.
Tiny Agnes has been a bit mean this year, so I think you should open it, Nir. You should announce the winner. Yes.
They really didn't say anything even after they announced that it was the glow squid.
Can I look first?
You're gonna know before everyone else.
It's the glow squid!
Copper tools. Yeah, I don't know if they'll make copper tools. Copper's pretty weak.
Wow.
I guess everyone was mesmerized by the glow squid, not just the tiny ones.
No,
I
wow.
was really not expecting that. That is so awesome.
Yes, like I didn't expect it at all, but it's great. And glow squids
pretty
will
crazy.
look so cool in the caves. Like the
I mean, if they make glow
atmosphere
squid
is
look really
so
nice.
well. Like it will be. Imagine it's.
Just don't think they can do as much as with
the.
the
You see the glow squid swimming around.
Isolager.
So
Beautiful. Can they be friends with the axolotls?
The axolotls are predators.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm not sure.
The axolotls might actually attack them.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We'll see. We'll see. I'll talk to them.
Think about it.
Yes.
We have committed to a lot of things, so
That was pretty crazy.
You can see here, I mean, this is drastically different to what caves used to look like. And there's definitely still the old style of caves, but we wanted to make sure that there was much more variety in the sort of caves and the shapes and the sizes you could get. And even here, you can see that there's some water underground.
Yes, so we actually added something we call local water levels. So in one cave you might find like a cave lake, and another cave might
That's
not
pretty
have that
crazy.
one. And this also means that we get naturally generated waterfalls, which is so pretty. And it also kind of gives like new ways to traverse the underground. You can actually go cave rafting.
Yeah, so you'll
crazy
see in a
looking.
bit that our player here will actually use a boat to raft.
Mhm.
And that is just such an exciting opportunity to be able to.
If you guys haven't
traverse
already,
the
make sure to
caves
follow
in
me
a
on my
very
social
different way
links.
than you used to.
There's
Yeah,
my YouTube channel,
we were playtesting,
Twitter, and
and
Discord.
then
I'll
one
have a
of the
video
players,
going
like,
over all the
"Look at
changes and
this,
what I
it's so
think about
fun,"
them
and all
in
of us just started
more
to go with the boat on the
detail
waterfalls.
very
It was a
shortly.
lot of fun.
Probably an hour or
So
so.
another thing to note here is
So
that you can
thanks
see that a lot
everybody
of the ores were actually
who
glowing.
participated and
This
follow
is
me with
just
the
for
subs,
preview
all that good
purposes.
stuff. Like I said, we'll be doing a video. You guys can look forward to that. I saw a jerk because it would have been Phantom number 2. I don't think so. I think they learned their lesson with Phantom. Yeah, guys, we are going to be raiding Ulruf. He is continuing the talk about Minecraft Live, so we're gonna raid him. So join us in that raid. We'll see what he has to say. He is one of the Mojang developers, so he can, you know, give some more insight on it possibly. So it'll be exciting to see what they say. So join us as we raid Ulruf. And I think it's actually a couple people. There's a couple people together. Let's just turn on and see what they say.
We actually did discuss, you know, what if they just appeared in
Excellence
the
there, I
chests
think
that are on,
Ulruf.
you know, the treasure maps or something, or
Kind
in
of
the
stuff.
sunken ships or something.
So yeah, really exciting. Head over there, join us for that raid. It should be a lot of fun. Thanks everybody who participated in this amazing stream. It was a lot of fun to talk with everybody and see what you guys all thought about it. But I will be doing a stream tomorrow. We'll be playing on Prototech, oldest vanilla survival server. Will be tomorrow. Till then, see you guys. And as always, we want to do the raid message. So copy that raided message and we'll paste that into his chat when we raid him like that. You guys can do that. Also put in any emotes you have as well. And we'll head over there. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys over there. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
The core experience of inventory management.
Wow, Olaf's chat just got a raid from Ray's work. Ray's Works. I know that guy. Oh, thanks for the raid, dudes. Yeah, so the story is Olaf, he was on live. Thanks Sebbe Blatt for following as well. He was on live. I've taken over the stream. He was supposed to do a face reveal on stream. Instead, it was a Felix reveal. So got a hard bargain. Instead, he was on Minecraft Live, so maybe he won. You know, maybe he's the real winner.
But I mean, if they're the first person you see, I mean, it works like animals. You know, when they get impressions. You know, so you're now the parent of the stream. Of all
Yeah.
the stream.
I'm looking after the stream for now. Yes, I'm also joined by Cubfan, and I'm over on his stream. We're doing a kind of a back and forth, answering questions in the chat, discussing what was revealed in live. Thanks for following the Panda guys. Thank you.
Yeah, Felix reveal equals best reveal. Indeed, I agree.
Oh, you should have seen the way I set it up. Maybe I can show Olaf's stream actually. So what I did was I made a modded version of Minecraft where I made it so pressing a button causes an explosion effect, but then it swaps my player user ID and my player name with Olaf's, and then it sends a fake packet to myself to say, hey, Olaf's here, and then I change skin. So I was masquerading in his player skin at the start, and then I pressed the button, and I was, boom, suddenly I'm me.
That's awesome.
It's quite funny doing that. It's a good 20-minute gag setting that up.
Yeah, I had a zombie face on when I came on. Zombie face.
A zombie face. Yeah.
I got sent. Yeah. Pretty cool. Let's see.
Well, everyone's following Olaf right now. Thanks for following, guys. Much appreciated. We're going to be doing follow-up streams. Well, Olaf will. I think tomorrow he said he'll do another Q&A, so specifically about what he spoke about on live. So yeah, if you want more information, maybe he'll spill some beans tomorrow by accident.
People are gonna be there asking all sorts of questions. Yeah, great. Seems like people are really excited about the whole cave update, though. Caves and cliffs.
Is there any particular creator or someone you know and you're interested in their specific view? What do they think?
Besides my own.
Yes, besides your own.
Yeah, I gotta look over some of the stuff. But besides my own, I know Good Times with Scar. I'm curious what he thinks of the caves that were shown, because he's a very talented landscaper. He uses a lot of vegetation.
Of course. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how he perceives it, and also the crystals, the amethyst crystals, because he's wanted crystal caves forever. I'm wondering how that sort of lives up to his dream of it.
It's like if you look over the footage of the lush cave, I will say something. There's a behavior people do, and that's to put green carpet on top of pumpkins. It doesn't really fit in with grass, does it? So maybe look over the video and see if you can see something.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of like hidden things in the videos that will only be discovered by some.
Yeah, I wish I watched them closer now.
Yeah.
Because we had some discussions, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll have this in the background, but no one bring it up, and it'd be like, what, this black pixel in the background here? It's like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm very much looking forward to the update, though, and the snapshots and giving feedback on it.
Ooh, thanks for raiding everyone and joining. Sorry, I'm not very good with thanking people for following. It's because they're following Olaf, not me. So thank you to the mods for keeping up.
I'm sure Olaf tomorrow he'll have his hands full thanking people and doing all that. I'm sure.
Certainly.
Let's see. Will copper kill algae?
Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, because copper. Again, we did a science lesson on this. Copper's a antiseptic material.
Yes.
So if you have copper around something, for some reason it kills bacteria. I don't quite know why. I think that's something we actually brought up at one point, but then how would you incorporate that in Minecraft?
Yeah. Some things from the real world I find are applicable in Minecraft, but some are definitely not.
Says you need to pick and choose. then again, we have some very crazy things in Minecraft. Like there's definitely a personality, such as the creeper. Like, what is that?
Yeah,
And
some
the
very
Strider.
Yep. Yep. Let's see. Anybody else have any questions? There's a couple of things like I'm sure you probably can't answer, but like copper pressure plates, would that be a thing you would consider to?
What do we use the current set of pressure plates for? Do people take good advantage of those right now? The weighted pressure plates?
I think they do, actually. I mean, I know I do, but I'm sort of like a atypical player who deals with weird small redstone contraptions. At times,
Interesting.
but-
I'd like to assess I think this actually came up in conversation the other day, is the weighted pressure plates. How useful actually are they, and are they intuitive? Because we say like, yeah, it's weighted and it's a material. Figure out how it works. Is that the correct thing to do? So maybe we should answer that question before looking at copper pressure plates.
Yeah, that's a good question to look at. Sure.
Ooh, we have one question from Bon E1704. It says, more new entities and mechanics, how will it affect multiplayer server performance? I want to say we really care about server performance. Like, we have one of our developers, he is literally doing everything he can for performance and profiling. It's really important that we make sure servers run their best, and that's